I don't think I'm in. You're gonna have to start it off, Jeff.
I think you just did, and thank you for that thrilling and gripping and highly professional intro, Andrew Panton. My name is Jeff Ramsey, and absent today from our podcast is Gavin Free, who said something about drowning his sorrows in liquor early in the day, which I think is pitiful and sad, but that's kind of Gavin, and part of what I want to talk about today is kind of how pitiful and sad he is. This is kFace. And you're listening to it. Yeah.
Are we really doing the intro? Is this the actual intro to the show that we're doing right now?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay, we're doing the intro. How long do you think Gavin will be on for?
I'll be honest. I left my headphones on while I went to the kitchen. I heard everything. I so contemplated just never coming back because you started without me.
Glad I didn't say anything bad.
But
you hear that, Gavin? I didn't say a single negative thing.
I was there just pouring some water, getting called an alcoholic. But let's put that aside. By the way, your intro of this podcast, pathetic, by the way, because you didn't introduce it as Piss Boy and Grill Master. I'm just saying that was the promise from last week that has not come to fruition.
Here's the problem with doing 2 episodes back to back and then taking a week off is I have no fucking memory of what we did last time. That was like that might as well have been in 2018.
Why did you bring up Piss Boy, Gavin? He forgot about it. Why did you bring it up? I was in the clear.
I did. I forgot about Piss Boy.
Dude, I originally predicted he would forget in 6 episodes. It took him one or 2.
We're definitely taking another 2-week break after this.
Andrew, I'm sorry about that.
Thank God Gavin is always there to remind me. I have been fucked, and I don't have any specific moments that I can think of, but I promise you I have been fucked on multiple occasions in the year 2020 by not picking up the phone because I assumed it was a spam call, and then it wasn't, and then it was a nightmare.
Has it caused you to lose any money, or has it just been sort of massive inconveniences?
No, it's caused me to like fuck up appointments and stuff. There we go. They're calling right now. So I was going to say, since about 10 a.m. this morning, I've received 17 fucking spam calls, and I thought while we're recording, let's count how many. We just had our first.
Oh.
That's number 18. So during the recording, we've had 1.
Is this a bad time to say I sold your number?
If you did, it was a fucking brilliant move. And I kind of hope you did because I have revenge planned.
Oh.
I definitely didn't do that. I don't like revenge. Revenge is never a fun word.
I like that he's planning revenge on a maybe.
I inadvertently came upon a revenge about 3 weeks ago in a conversation with somebody else, and I'm holding on to it for just the right dickhead to slight me so that I can unleash upon them an annoying revenge with the annoying fury of 1,000 suns, as Dennis Reynolds would say.
I did a thing, and I didn't think about the ripple effects of that thing, and I'm 100% the boogeyman. Totally by accident. I was well-intended. I meant well.
Did you find yourself under a child's bed, and you were like, holy shit, this is me?
I don't want to hear this conversation. Legally, I'm not. I have nothing to do with you two.
It's not that it's not that bad. Listen, I think it's a good idea. It's a positive thing. I might be in Twitter jail, but I meant well. I think that's important.
You're in Twitter jail?
I'm in Twitter jail.
Are you a part of the Trump campaign?
No, definitely not. I may have made a red hat, not affiliated in any way. Don't want that on me. I guess I'll get into what happened. It's sort of, I can't even really explain how my brain went there. But yes, I had a really good day yesterday. I was feeling good.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, this is a great day. And then I thought, I wonder how others people's days have been. I wonder how's the world doing? And I thought, well, I've got nearly 7,000 followers on Twitter. That's a lot of people, live all over the world. I don't know 99% of them. So I thought, I'm just going to try to DM every person who follows me. See how their day was. Just say, hey, how was your day? Inoffensive question. Gets a variety of responses. Curious to just see it. And I'll read. I'm sure there'll be some interesting things. I didn't imagine they'd all be interesting. But I'd communicate with these people. And let me say, it takes a long time to send 7,000 Twitter DMs. It is not a quick process.
Were these copy and pastes?
Yeah, I wrote it out. I was just going profile, click, profile. I was just going down my list. Just
wow.
DMing, same message. I did this for about 5 hours. 5 or 6 hours of DMs. And the reason it stopped, I went to bed was the reason it stopped. And then I picked it back up in the morning and discovered that I am now in Twitter jail. I learned that there is a cap to how many DMs you can send in a 24-hour period. and that is 1,000.
Wow.
You cannot exceed 1,000 DMs. What was funny about this, and maybe I should have thought about the fact that on the same day, an episode of our podcast dropped that had the name Andrew the Boogeyman. Didn't factor that in. And also, because I wanted to ask the same question to everybody, as it got later, the question became increasingly bizarre. Asking someone how their day is, or how their day was, 8 p.m., totally fine. Asking someone at 2 a.m., how is your day? Weird question. Very strange. But that just that added to the mystique of the whole thing. Because when I woke up, to my delight, and I'm going to post this, I hope you guys can both see the Discord chat. I saw this. I told you both to not look at the subreddit because that was on the front page.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is great. I didn't consider this.
This is a Reddit post titled, Am I Being Faced? With 3 asterisks, which is confusing. So at 1:53 a.m., Andrew messaged me on Twitter. I'm not sure if he is just bored trying to mess with me or that he needs help because his fort collapsed. Has he done this to anyone else?
First comment, Krampus Andrew strikes again. Second comment, you mean piss boy.
By the way, I've got to point out, the audience can't hear this because Jeff is recording his audio on a different mic than the one we can hear him through. But when he gets animated on whatever the hell USB wire plugged into a tin can he's screaming into, it sounds like utter dog shit. I actually am offended that you treat us with this dog shit audio, Jeff. And you have like 7 mics. What's happening over there?
I don't have 7 mics. I have 2. And I'm using the new one, which I'll reduce the gain.
Well, no, don't reduce the gain on the one you record. Don't mess with that one. That's the important one.
Well, then stop telling me to do shit. So, did you just piped up to whine?
Andrew, what does he sound like to you?
He sounds great to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you shitting me?
Thank
No,
you,
he sounds
Andrew.
fine to me.
I bet he's routed his nice mic to you personally, and he's deliberately sending me the shite.
This is why this feeds right into a talking point I have about you later, Gavin, and how
Okay.
a thing that I think should make me feel bad actually makes me feel good.
Oh, Eric chimed in, by the way. I'm with Gavin. Yeah, you sound like shit to Eric.
I'm going to have to side with them then. I just don't think I hear what shit sounds like, and I don't want to be on team wrong. So I'm going to flip. I'm sorry, I'm flipping. You sound like shit.
Okay. I tell you what, fuck it. Fuck y'all. I'm going to sound like shit forever. If I could figure out a way to make it worse, I will.
A little upset. How many spam calls have you got recently? Is that influencing maybe your opinion?
Maybe it is. Listen, F1 is going strong. The NBA is back. Fucking spam call? Is that... Who was that? Who called that number? Was that you, Gavin?
No.
It's one of you guys.
If I called you, it would come up as my number.
You use Meg's number or something?
You've got my number too.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I've never seen somebody so confidently yell something so clearly wrong. Like,
Well, because I felt like I could hear it immediately in somebody else's
I mean, if
monitor.
anyone's got a burner phone ready to play pranks, it's definitely Andrew the Krampus Boogeyman.
no, how dare you? How dare you make such accusations?
Is it really you, Andrew?
No, not me. That would be a bad accusation. I didn't do that.
Uh-huh.
Not me at all.
Let me know.
Yeah.
I got that. I got my finger, I got my left hand on one key, my right hand on the other key, and I can all I got to do is turn left and turn right, and I drop the nuclear football on your house. Another fucking call. Gotta be.
I feel like I can hear it in the audio when someone's calling. It goes like...
That's why I know it's one of you fuckers. It's probably Eric.
Okay, so I introduced the fuck hat last time.
Yeah.
People loved it. Response yesterday was ridiculous. People love the fucked up fuck hat. It's a great thing.
It was amazing.
What you guys don't know about it, it's funnier than you even realize. It is a worse hat than you could even imagine.
Okay.
I had the person who designed the hat, they put it on, they sent me a photo of themselves wearing it. Look at this monstrosity. The letters are for the birds. Look at how high it is. I don't feel like we have enough hats that cater to people that are above you. So I really appreciate the design.
How does this hat keep getting better? Look at it. It's so shit. That's the one.
It's really bad. It's a great hat. Eric made a great point. This is a short person's hat. It'll look great if you're below 5'2".
It's a kid's hat.
It's a hat for people who are 5'2" or under. That's great.
It's a great hat. So I went back to my guy and I said, we need more. We need a line of these. Because this is a great invention. So I'm going to unveil to you all today. What better way to unveil a clothing line than on an audio-only podcast? But let me unveil the pant line of hats. Variety of colors. You can pick on your... They're all a little different, but they're all special. They're all beautiful in your heart.
That's so consistently shit. I don't know how they're doing it.
It is a great hat.
Selling a red hat with white text between the years of 2016 and 2024 is suicide, but I think it has to be done.
I don't think it has to be done. I think we should go black. I think it should be a black hat.
Dude, it's because you're not a real face. You're thinking fashion.
No, I don't want to align with the red.
I know.
The red is a bad idea.
Nobody does, but that's what you gave us.
You clearly do. You're fighting for it. What do you mean nobody does? You're arguing for it.
I'm fighting for the brand face, Andrew.
I'm fighting for the brand face. I don't want to sell red hat. The red hat's a bad idea.
How about we sell both?
No. How about we don't?
Wait a minute. Why not? Why no?
Why don't we sell the black one? Why are we selling the red one? Nobody wants the red one.
Because true face listeners, the ones who align with facing, will buy the red one.
I fucking hate you guys. Absolute worst.
Here's the deal. It's a fucking face collectible.
What about a limited run of the red one? Like, we'll only sell 100 red ones, and the rest will be black.
I'm gonna strangle both of you. You're the both absolute worst.
Andrew, this is your doing.
I know it's my doing, you fucking assholes that don't remember from 2 weeks ago. You goddamn idiots. We're both anti-red 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been more anti-red.
I listened to that conversation back, and I was like, that's not the face move.
Here's what we'll do. What if we put the picture up on, you post the picture on Twitter. We let the audience vote.
Nope.
No, listen. I'm not done.
I'm listening to you. I wasn't done either, but continue.
No, then you'll finish. Then you'll do. I'm so sorry I interrupted you, sweetie, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay, Grill Master.
We put it up there. We let the audience vote on it, and the one that they like the least is the one we make.
Nope.
Then we're fucking them and us.
No. Let me go into this.
Okay.
Let me go into this. This was unbelievable. You two are the absolute worst ever.
I am honestly so surprised that you can't see this from our point of view, Andrew.
You let me explain why. Quit interrupting. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get there. Everyone agreed on the black hat a week ago. To quote Gavin, I wouldn't wear the red one, but I would absolutely buy the black one.
Can confirm, I did say that.
When I showed the pant line of 3 hats, I thought, okay, I'm going to show this line. Nobody's going to pick white. White is boring. That's fine. They already said they dislike the red, so there's no point doing the red. So I went ahead. This was all for show. This wasn't really a question. This wasn't an actual conversation.
This wasn't a meeting about the merch.
This was not a merch meeting. This was just for show.
Little bit of advice. Don't ask the question if you don't want the answer.
Fucking don't answer the question and then change your answer. How about that? As long as we sell the black hats, I don't give a shit. Whatever. But we're selling the black hats.
Okay, wait, but you keep saying the black hats. Do you mean the 14 black hats you made?
Yes, absolutely I do.
I don't understand how you think that you making the hats, how we as a company are going to sell them.
We ship them to the store, you put the thing on the site, you sell the hats.
Are you expected to be paid by Rooster Teeth for your hat printing?
I think I'm going to make bootleg merch for the own show that I'm on. The show that I'm on, I'm going to make and sell my own merch. Because apparently this whole system's fucked.
Is the fuck hat shirt getting made, or is that just a concept?
It should, though.
It absolutely needs to get made.
Yeah.
Do you want it to get made? I can tell them right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we want it to get made.
Of course.
And then we need to get the fuck hats made. But let's see how the fuck hat shirt does.
We can sell the hat shirt, and we'll just pick 13 random orders, and we'll include the busted up hat.
We don't have the fucking hats. They're at Andrew's or whatever.
Andrew can ship them.
They're in Kansas, and I'm also, once again, I'm not a fan of any of the plans where I end up with $0 on these hats.
Here's what you do. Get the hats, Andrew.
Okay.
And then put them in the 4 saves, and then mail them to the store. I just got another call. Huh.
We've had a whole episode about a hat from last week's episode.
Yeah. That's why I fucking made the hats. What would this episode be without my hat making?
A lot more calm.
That's true. I did a lot of yelling. I do feel bad about that.
I've gotten 9 fucking calls since we started recording.
What I can't say is I do not feel at all bad about calling you 9 fucking times. That doesn't upset me in the slightest. At first, I felt a little bit bad, but then when you went red, I hammered those calls.
Did you? Is that you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was
That makes me so glad. I gotta hold on a second. I gotta get my left hand in position to turn this key.
Are you being serious now? Was that actually you?
Yeah. Here, do you want me to call you? I can call you too.
Left hand turn, right hand turn, nuclear football.
Okay, let me call Gavin. I'm in California.
You are calling me from
Yeah.
LA. How is he doing that?
Yeah.
You were doing that this whole time?
Yeah, I was just calling him. Once he went red, I was like, fuck him. I'm just gonna call him constantly. What's up, Gavin? How's it going?
It is you.
Yeah, what's up?
This is awful.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you.
I don't know. How about this though? You leave your face microphone, take a
Okay.
step back, and deliver the entire outro through my phone.
Okay, well, no, I can't do that because I'm using my microphone for the phone.
Oh, it's the same
I
mic.
probably shouldn't have called you. I'm recording a podcast right now.
We'll just mute your track and play just my track of you.
Okay.
Take it away, Andrew.
What am I doing? Sorry, I zoned out. I'm closing the show. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
I'm doing the outro. I'm ending the Eric wants me to end the episode. This is California Krampus, aka Piss Boy, aka Andrew. Thank you for listening to this monstrosity of a podcast where we argued about hats and learned that Jeff loves Mega Red more than any other color. Please rate it 5 stars and subscribe. Maybe DM the podcast to 1,000 people. Maybe do that if you feel like it. We'd appreciate it. Maybe not 1,000. You'll end up in Twitter, Jeff. Thank you for listening.
That was perfect.
That was really good.
Did it happen?
It's been like 10 seconds of
You,
silence.
you guys didn't hear any of that.
No.
No, not at all.
right.
Not
No,
even
I wish you
close.
had. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna text it to both of you.
I had a great moment of what am I doing where when it got really quiet and I'm trying my best to hear a fart that I expect to be quiet.
It's well, you're gonna be surprised because it's not a fart.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to play it now then, just for me.
It's only 17 seconds.
Only 17 seconds?
Is that someone sleeping?
It's snoring. The thing I challenge you to tell the difference between is which one of those is my girlfriend and which one is her bulldog, Henry. I woke up the other night at like 3 a.m. to take a piss, and Emily and Henry were both snoring, and I couldn't tell the difference between their snores. They were snoring identically. My goal is that she never find out that I shared that with you guys because she, I'm a little scared of her. She's been doing a thing lately, and I was going to talk about this last podcast about how it affirmed and it clarified, crystallized something in my mind. She's been doing this thing lately where when I least expect it, she will jam her finger up my asshole. Like if I'm in the shower and facing the other way, or if I'm in bed naked.
Oh, so not through the clothes, just actually straight up the asshole.
Either way, sometimes close, or if I'm
Okay.
walking by the laundry room and she's hiding in the dark in the laundry room and I don't see her and she jumps out behind me and then shoves her finger up my ass. It's been about 2 weeks of this now. It's made me realize that how uncomfortable and miserable it must have been for you, Gavin, throughout the entirety of our friendship, which is going on. How many years would you say I've been consistently sticking my finger up your ass when you're not looking for it?
Probably 11
Yeah.
years.
I've been terrorizing you with that for 11 years.
Yeah.
Under the assumption that it made you miserable. But now I can confirm that it is just as shitty, if not worse, than I thought it would be. And you know what? I gotta say, as much as I hate it, I kind of appreciate Emily for doing it because I feel like it totally validated the last decade of me doing this to you. Because now I feel so much better about the last decade of what I've been doing because I know it got to you. I know I have cold, hard proof a little bit every day, a little reminder that I was absolutely torturing you. It's like when Gavin and I lived together, it was a spoken rule and we shook on it and agreed upon it that if I fell asleep before him, he could slap me in the face as hard as he wanted. And he did all the time.
It's true.
He used to slap the shit out of me. And it's a terrible way to be woken up drunk at 1 a.m. Gavin, have you been sticking anything in Meg lately, or vice versa? Is she putting anything in you?
What a transition that. Wait, just time out. Pause for 1 sec. Before anyone says anything, is there a story, Gavin, related to this?
Well, I think it's clear.
Related to what?
To what he just said?
No,
I mean,
no. He's just he's being a friend. He's asking me about.
Yeah, but why would he have a stop saying,
oh my God, how hard is it for you two to follow a thread? I just led the episode off talking about how my girlfriend has been jumping out of closets and sticking her finger up my butt when I'm not expecting it.
You're jumping all over the place. This isn't on us. We're talking about snoring. We're talking about assholes. It's going back and forth.
My live-in girlfriend, we spent a lot of time talking about fingers and butts, and it all started because my girlfriend's doing it to me, so I was extending the courtesy to ask Gavin how his relationship is going, if his girlfriend is jumping out of laundry rooms in the dark to shove her finger up his butt when he's not expecting it, because that's what people do in relationships.
I've had none of that, but it's all good.
So I was talking to someone, and it's kind of just recapping. I haven't talked to them in like 6 or 7 months. We're talking about the Garfield stuff and just different stupid things I've been up to over the last few months. And they said, do you think you could convince your friend Jake that he owns a sports team? And I thought,
God.
Could I convince him? No, I don't think I could do that. But what I did remember is about 2 months ago, I applied for us to be on Judge Judy. And he knows this. I said that I wanted a foot rub for emotional damages, is what I submitted the case for. That there's a lot of aggression that I needed to release through a foot. I just wanted a foot rub from him, no money. This is a very important case. And I applied to the show. And that was it. I hadn't thought about it in 2 months. But then I thought, I bet you I could convince him that he and I are going to be on Judge Judy. So then the plan went into the works. I needed an LA phone number. Really easy to get. You can get a phone number for essentially anywhere in the world at a pretty cheap price. It's pretty great.
I like that I made the joke last episode about you being the clear choice for someone who has a burner phone. And you do. You have the number.
Technically not a phone, but yeah, I do. That's my number.
Like an internet thingy number?
Yeah, it's just like an internet number. And I know Jake, when he goes to work, has his phone off. So I knew if I called him at work, I could get the voicemail. So before we got a recording together, we had somebody's roommate record this clip. I'm going to play this through the mic. It apparently is going to sound great based on what Eric said before. So Jake is at work, doesn't know what's going on, and then he comes back and he gets a phone, and this is the message that is waiting for him. There is a problem playing this audio file. Give me a second. That didn't go as planned. That was great.
Somebody else having tech problems.
I'm at the point now where if someone says, hey, listen to this, I expect disappointment.
Yes, absolutely.
Here we go.
Hi, this is Bianca Cordero with the booking department for Judge Judy. This is in regards to the case submitted by Andrew Panton. We were calling to get your address to send you your NDAs before you come down to film with us later on in September. I'll be sending the flight information and boarding pass we've arranged for you via email here shortly. Just give us a call back and we'll get those sent over to you as soon as possible. Thanks and have a wonderful day.
So that sounds pretty good, right?
Wow.
I would buy it.
Yeah.
Who is that?
It's just somebody's roommate. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really impressed. So we got Jake a plane ticket for LA because we're recording at the end of September. It's very important. The trip is obviously covered.
$43?
Not a great flight.
The cheapest flight in the world.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a reason. There might be a reason for why flight prices are so cheap. But yeah, he had a ticket leaving from Indianapolis to LA. It's round trip. Covered both sides. So Jake thinks we're going to be on Judge Judy, and he's not very happy about it.
Gavin pranked me once and got me so good, I'm still mad about it. So no amount of me surprising him with a finger up the butt when he doesn't expect it will ever make up for the time he embarrassed me so badly in a hotel room.
What was the Gavin prank?
Are you talking about the tattoo one?
Yeah. I'm still mad about that. Because it makes so much sense. It's still in my fucking head. But anyway, I don't want to drive. I don't want to get on the side here.
No. I think this sounds like a great detour.
You're torturing Jake. Well, we'll get back to Jake. We don't need to hear about that.
I feel like you just don't want to talk about this, Frank.
Jeff just doesn't like it because he was just so incredibly stupid and gullible based on some sort of throwaway line that I threw out about tattooing.
I was in your fucking country. The rules are different. I don't know how stuff works there. It was a long time ago.
I'll summarize it for you, Andrew. We were just watching TV in the hotel room. Probably seeing what was in the minibar, watching some just bland TV. I'm sure Richard Hammond was on
Paddington, London, I think.
Yeah. And we're flipping around, and on the TV comes this bloke in a suit, just giving someone a tattoo.
Okay.
Jeff was like,
A 3-piece suit, dude.
yeah, why is that guy dressed in a suit? And I was like, oh, yeah, well, here, you can't give a tattoo unless you're wearing a suit. And Jeff got livid. He was like, that makes no sense. No, you can't wear a suit. It would get in the way. And he was just going off. And I was dying on the inside, but trying to keep a straight face. And eventually he was bright red, completely exhausted himself. And then he figured out that I was bullshitting him and has been annoyed, I think, for 10 years about
At
it.
least. Yeah.
That's a great prank.
Not really a prank. Just
No, it's just a lie. I mean, not really a prank, but it was a great lie.
the fact that you can keep them up for so long, though, makes me worried at what pranks you've currently got going with me that I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Can I ask a question real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is my dad really dead? Or is this a thing? Is this like a 5-6 year prank you guys have been working on?
I think you should answer the next call from California.
Oh, it's so dark. It went really dark.
I didn't take it there.
It got so quiet, I thought, oh no, maybe I went too dark. Thank
No.
you that was the best answer you could have ever. That's the funniest fucking thing you've ever said, Andrew.
I have a question for you, Gavin. Can you eat a box of pencils? If I just gave you a regulation-sized box of pencils, you think you could eat those? Like, take the lead out. No lead.
Where did that come from?
I was just thinking about it. I don't know. It seemed like the conversation was going downwards, so I thought I'll just ask a pencil. Do you think you could eat a box of pencils?
I just like that you had that queued up behind the current conversation, ready to go.
I'll tell you where it came from. I accidentally talked to Andrew last night, even though we're not talking. And then when I realized that we were talking, I tried to get out of it, and he refused to let me because I was like, no, damn it, Andrew, we're not supposed to talk. We're podcasting now. And he was like, no, dickhead, we're having a conversation like we used to do before this stupid podcast. And then so we continued. But Andrew bet me, I was bitching that the Celtics were going to blow a 20-point lead and lose a basketball game because they did the night before. And Andrew said that if the Celtics lose the basketball game, he would eat a door, which I thought was the funniest thing I've ever heard somebody say that they would eat. And I was saying that you would die before you got close to eating it. And then at some point you said I could eat a standard box of pencils in a month.
Yeah, that seems a lot more doable. The lead is the issue with the pencil.
It's not real lead. It's graphite.
I don't want to eat the thing, though. I don't know. It seems bad.
The idea that you think that you could ingest that is mind-boggling.
Andrew, you couldn't eat 50 burgers, and they are food.
You know, that's another thing. I think I could eat 25 doubles. I've been thinking about that.
Oh.
So you're worried that the bread content is what held you back?
I think it was the bread. I feel I couldn't actually be more confident I could eat 25 doubles. That seems like no problem at all, even after failing after the singles.
You want to make it a thing? You want to do 25 doubles in 10 hours?
Are we, well, what do I have to gain? What's the bet here?
$50.
I'm down 50 but then I'll be down that's a lot, because I'm down on the saves.
Look, once again, Andrew, you brought this to me. You said you think you could do
I'm
it.
just saying I think I can do it.
Let me negotiate. How about this? Andrew, you owe Gavin $50.
I do, but I'm okay. Continue.
What if we double down? If you win the bet, that is absolved, right?
Okay.
And Gavin gives you $50. Okay, so it's initially a $100 swing.
Mm-hmm.
Your $50 debt is wiped out, and you receive $50 from Gavin. However, if you lose, you still owe Gavin the initial $50, but you must film yourself eating a leadless pencil.
But here's the issue. The other issue is the burgers. The burgers are not cheap.
Oh, so the financial value of said task.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already down on the hat.
I'll pay for the burgers. I'm happy to pay for the burgers.
Look, this is for content for this podcast. We can expense the cost of the burgers.
Couldn't expense the hats, apparently. The hats were inexpensible. That's all I've been hearing about. Can't do it. No one's ever done it before. Okay. Well, I think we have a kind of a burger deal.
What do you mean, kind of? Well, let's make it official.
That's what I'm saying. Can we just go through? I'm a man of details. The details are important. Let's go through.
Here's the details then. Based
Okay.
on what we've talked about so far and based on the previous bet, you have 10 hours to consume 25 double hamburgers
We should
McDonald's.
specify where the McDonald's.
from McDonald's.
So is that a double cheeseburger?
Just a double. Wait. Let me think about this for a second. That is a very important question.
You were foiled last time by the sameness of each burger, so maybe...
Yeah, that's, once again, Gavin, you're giving me a good tip. Could I do 10 no cheese, 10 cheese? Am I allowed to switch up the variation of these burgers?
I think as long as each burger, at minimum, contains 2 bits of a bun, 2 patties, and the things that come with a standard double, you can switch that up around whatever you want. You can add cheese, you can add a gherkin.
Okay. I'm a big fan of this too because we're doing this on the second episode of a back-to-back episode. I have weeks where I can practice.
How many pennies is $100? Is that 100,000 pennies?
How did you do the math so fast, Jeff?
Yeah.
Wait, how many did you say?
I don't know. How many? What did I say? 100,000?
100.
It's 100 times 100. Hold on, let me do the math. Carry the one.
The trick to solving math problems very quickly is just be wrong confidently.
Oh yeah, 10,000.
It's just 2 zeros.
It's 2 zeros. 10, how much does 10,000 pennies weigh?
It's not light.
It'd be a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a duffel bag of 20s, it's like 20 pounds.
All right, let's do a digital handshake on this, Andrew.
Digital handshake, okay.
You feel like we've got all the details that you wanted in there?
I feel like it. I'm a little opposed to the pennies, but
I'm a little worried about the safety of it. Should we check in with a doctor to make sure it's safe for you to eat a pencil on camera?
It's not safe. Of course it isn't.
I'm going to win, so I'm not going to eat the pencil.
We agreed that you're going to eat the pencil dressed as Piss Boy, right?
Isn't that just my normal clothes?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You heard it. You heard it here. He just admitted that he is Piss Boy in his normal clothes.
I said it last episode, too.
It's not an alter ego at that point. It's just an ego.
You had a rough day.
Oh my God, I'm miserable. It feels like 2 women crawled inside of my mouth for 2 hours with sharp metal objects. And they were very sweet and they were very nice and they numbed me up real good. But as the numbing is wearing off, I feel like hammered shit. I feel like somebody used my face as a piñata and I'm all drugged up and I'm so ready to do this podcast. So, Andrew, what's to do with you?
What exactly is the root canal? It's like your tooth stem. It's like deep tooth, right?
Yeah, it's like...
Or is it the tooth or the hole for the tooth?
I don't fucking know, dude. I tell you what it is. It's about 90 minutes of a jackhammer going into your brain and hearing them go like, I almost got it. I feel like I just did a 500 dick gangbang in my butt.
You didn't even go for mouth, the source of the pain.
I mean, my butt feels like my mouth. My mouth feels like...
Wait, what?
If my mouth feels like what my butthole would feel like if I had gotten gangbanged by 500 dudes of decent length and girth.
So if you're saying if you took 500 dudes in the mouth, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, and I realize that maybe I'm not making the most logical sense, but that's because I'm on some pills of some kind and I'm a little loopy.
Eric says in an email to all 3 of us, hey guys, got this message from sales. Someone wants to send a bidet. I just need an address and pics of their toilet. Any takers? Jeff, I assume already having one, said someone should take it. Andrew said, I already said this once, but I forgot to tag everyone. As a vertical wiper, I'm out. A bidet would add a layer of risk to my wipes that I cannot take.
It's a risky game.
As you might imagine, that sort of steered the email chain in a slightly different direction to how it started, with us all wondering, what the hell is a vertical wiper? And then Eric comes flying in, save it for the show. And that was the end. Oh, and then I think he took the bidet.
I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I've wiped vertically. I don't trust the toilet situation.
You wipe vertically. I mean, it doesn't, if your ass cheeks make a vertical trench in your ass, who is going to go cheek to cheek when you could just go down the line?
No.
The only way to wipe horizontally would be if you laid down on your side on the ground and got in the fetal position.
What?
And then it would be a horizontal wipe. Are you shit wiping in the fetal position?
No.
Is this a piss boy thing?
One leg bent just to get it stretched.
What I'm saying is most people, I would say wipe in the prone position. You're very vulnerable on a toilet. The wiping position...
In prone?
Yeah, well, when you're sitting on it...
Like if I'm crawling through like low brush?
Not literally prone, but I'm saying in comparison to what I do, which is the vertical wipe, I do my business, I stand up, then I do the wipe, then I move on with my day. I don't sit for the wiping part.
Sitting is still vertical, Andrew.
I would say... My issue isn't with the technology. I'm not saying I'm wiping in the most efficient way possible. I'm wiping in the safest way. There's no scenario in which I'm going to get caught off guard.
What are the risks?
Lethal weapon, bomb in the toilet. I've thoroughly searched that. There's not going to be a surprise bomb. Snake. Never know when a snake could just show up. That's a very scary proposition.
You're still pooping sat down, though.
No, but I checked the first time, then I stand up, do a second check, and we're all clear. We do a double check.
Judging by that logic, the perfect piece of technology is a lifeguard chair that goes over your toilet.
Yes. Yes, that like Jackass 2 style, like the concept. Yeah.
With a hole cut in. I don't know why I'm...
Guys, I can't. I'm so dizzy. I can't keep my eyes open.
I don't know whether it's because I was getting disgusted or a piece of spit just moved, but I inhaled something in the middle of saying that, and it's hurting me. But you get what I mean, yeah?
Yeah. No, I understand. I don't really want a lifeguard in there with me. Also, my bathroom isn't big enough.
That's not a lifeguard for you. It's a lifeguard.
Well, did I misunderstand the point of the lifeguard?
You misunderstood.
What do you think I'm saying?
I thought you're saying like an observational person to make sure the snake doesn't come.
You didn't really think that's what I meant.
That was my interpretation. You needed a second set of eyes to
No.
let you know
No.
if the snake was coming up the pipe. No. Because that would make sense, but it's just I don't have the room in my My bathroom's relatively small.
It doesn't take up any more room. It's a lifeguard chair that sits over your toilet with a hole in it. It's a toilet seat.
Oh, I sit in the chair is your idea.
Yes, it'll keep you off the toilet, away from the bombs and the snakes.
That's really risky.
So you can land your dumps in the toilet and we'll give you some sort of lever for flushing, and then you could wipe still sat down because you're not on the toilet.
Have you seen a snake jump? They get some pretty good distance. I think the chair only adds more risk. I'm not a fan of the chair. Now, if you had like a second person observing, I'm more open to that, but I still don't want that.
That's the bit you liked about the story?
No, I didn't like it, but I'm saying I'm more open to it than the chair above the toilet. It's just a lot of work to climb up the chair, and then what if I miss and that's...
It's not a wind going through. It's not
No, but if you're dropping bombs, you want to hit your target, and even if you miss once with shit, it's a high-stakes game. I think the standing wipe is better than the chair.
What we should do, here's what we should do. We should all draw it. Jeff and I will draw it based on what we think it will look like, based on Andrew's description, and then Andrew has to show us the real one.
That's a great idea. I will provide any additional info.
I think that's a great idea. Now, Gavin, should we have Andrew give us instructions as if he were the teacher, but we're just going by sound, like we're doing it over audio. We're not like on a Zoom call or anything, so we're just drawing what we're hearing.
Yeah, I would say you can give us like 3 to 5 important points that would help us draw it.
Nose where the hair should be. Mouth in the middle.
Are these all different points? You're giving us nothing.
No, these are points. What do you mean?
Well, we're not ready to draw yet. I don't even have a pencil.
Well, okay, yeah, just list them out then. List them out. List out all your instructions.
Okay. Nose where the hair should be.
Okay.
Mouth in the middle. Standard ears. I think that's pretty good. I think you got all you need. I think you're going to nail it.
Does it have eyeballs?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Doesn't need eyeballs. That wouldn't make sense with the perspective.
Okay, so now I'm imagining... Okay, I guess I was imagining looking up at us before, but now I'm imagining it's just a man standing and we're like square on with them, but he's just looking straight up and we're looking at his like chin and shit.
Well, I don't know if he's vertical or not, but yeah, it's the nose is where the hair should be and mouth in the middle.
But the ears are the same.
Yeah.
I think I can draw this perfectly.
Yeah.
Jeff, what do you think?
I'm sending it to you guys right now. I've already drawn it.
You've already drawn it? Oh shit, I don't.
Yeah.
All right, I have to whip out Microsoft Paint here. Hold on.
God
How-
damn it. I just drew it on a piece of paper.
You have pens?
Yeah, I found a pen.
I need a pen.
I'm gonna hold on.
Where am I looking for this? Is this going to be a text or in the chat?
I texted it to you.
Oh, I got it. Let's see.
All right, wait until I got to text mine as well. Hold on.
Jeff isn't even close.
I drew what you said, dude.
Not even slightly close.
I'm gonna draw mine. Hold on.
Okay.
You're gonna have to vamp because obviously I'm putting a lot of effort into this. Here we go.
So should I have drawn a whole head and everything?
Yeah, absolutely you should have. It's a person. They have heads. People have heads.
You didn't say to draw a head.
Well, I assume the head would be there. Everyone has a head. You always draw a head.
Okay, so like, oh.
Now I'm a little nervous because if Gavin's is equally as confused, then that might fall on me.
Was my second one any better?
Oh, let me look. I didn't know you sent a second one.
Yeah, I sent it immediately because I'm not dumb like Gavin.
No, you're still way off, but it's better. You're making progress. Nose where the hair should be. Nose up. not nose forward.
I don't know. Up. It's at the top of his brain.
No,
All right.
it's like a horn, like a unicorn is the perspective.
Hold on. You said nose up, huh?
Nose
You need it
up.
to be more up than that.
I feel like this is clear. Does Gavin ever come back? Is there a scenario in which he just leaves and we never hear from him again?
Okay, okay, mine looks. It doesn't look like it did in my head.
What does that mean?
It looks a bit like an alien.
Well, that's not going to be right. I'll say that right now.
All right, I'm gonna text
All right,
it.
I just sent my third one
Okay.
after that.
Jeff's second looks like an alien. What is that?
Nose was. Are you talking to Gavin or me?
I'm talking to you.
All right, I'm sending mine now.
The third one you said the nose up, so I put it up.
You have no idea what nose up means.
I put it higher up.
You're a bad student. This isn't my fault. This is shit, Jeff. This is terrible. Gavin essentially has it on his first try. Gavin gets it.
Yes.
He drew a.
That's it, essentially. I mean, there's slightly different details. The nose is very pointed. I guess it was based on himself, but
Well, that's what I look like.
He drew a one-eyed man with a.
no, that's a mouth. That's clearly a mouth, and his nose is up.
Jeff, what? I've just looked at Jeff's because I didn't want to cheat. What is
Yeah.
that first one, Jeff?
I drew what he said. He said he never said draw hair. He never said draw face or a circle. He said draw a nose where the hair would be, and then draw a mouth and then 2 ears. That's what I drew. Exactly what he said. Oh, don't make me yell.
It's from perspective, and Jeff refused to change the angle on the nose the entire time. He just drew like an L, and on the last one,
You went full alien for the last one.
he like a Teletubby that snapped his coat hanger. Oh shit!
He said to put it higher.
Jeff's second and third look like something you'd find in like a tomb, like a message from a different language.
All right, which one of Jeff's designs do we want to put on a shirt?
I think the second is the second is the worst, but the third is hilarious because his interpretation of what nose up meant. I don't know which one I do.
If those were serious suggestions, Jeff, I'm puzzled.
I drew what he said.
You clearly didn't.
I did.
Gavin's was perfect. That's art.
Well, art, it's all about interpretation, right? That's how I interpreted the art.
Not when you're trying to copy something. No, it's not about interpretation. Interpretation doesn't factor in at all when you're copying.
That's baloney.
Should we end it?
Yeah, I need to go lay down. I almost passed out.
Jeff should close it because he's in the best headspace.
And Andrew, before we move on, do you plan on doing the burger thing this week?
Next week, I will do the burger. What, 25, right? Double? I don't remember what I agreed to.
I don't know. Go and listen to the last week's podcast.
25 doubles.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. Next week, you're going to lose, Gavin.
I don't think I will, but I do need I want to watch.
Hey, Eric, I have a question for the podcast while we're on the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Can we have an Instagram account so that we can post all this stuff up on the Instagram account?
Okay, so here's my question about that. Who's running it?
I will.
Okay.
Or me, Andrew, and Gavin will. We can all just share a login.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff and Andrew, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, already dwindling.
So Andrew's gonna run it.
Is someone peeing?
Andrew's got it.
I think that guy's peeing. I gotta go.
What?
I gotta go.
What did you do?
Somebody's peeing on his window. He's got to get his dick out. He's excited.
Oh, we just heard Piss Boy activate. That was exciting.
That was like the bat signal just got flashed in the.
He heard some trickling in an alley.
He heard the faint whiff of ammonia and knew he was needed. Oh, I guess that's it.
Is the intro necessary, Eric?
Yes.
Why, though?
Yes.
Why is it necessary?
Because you have to think about it like that. I was actually, you know what? I can relate it to something that I was doing today.
Right.
I submitted this show to the Streamies.
Oh, no.
You didn't have to laugh at that part, but all right.
That's funny. That's funny.
So I submitted this show to the Streamies. And what I had to do was find an exemplary episode and then also a standout highlight. And what I ended up doing was clicking through a bunch of the episodes where they just start with nonsense. And I kept thinking, if I was a person and I found this show or somebody recommended it to me and I listened to the 6th episode and it was this, I would just go, what's happening?
It was 2 weeks ago now that we were talking about burgers, the old bet. Obviously, you didn't do it last week because you were busy
Not drawing.
talking to everyone on the internet.
Yep. Yeah.
But this
That was
week
a big job.
Oh, was it 3 weeks ago?
No,
It was 2 weeks ago.
it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters either. But you've done the 25 burgers, or you've at least tried.
I made an attempt. You don't know the result of the
No, I
attempt.
don't.
I talked a lot of shit the day of. This is what I did. This is my 200 IQ play. Last time, the buns were a problem. The buns really weighed me down. So I thought, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to prioritize meat first. So I went all plain with my burger order this time. All plain burgers, put on my own condiments. I used home condiments. This isn't an away game. And I stacked them. I was doing burger stacks. I came out of the gate with an 8 burger stack.
That's
just
the
coming out
grossest thing.
blazing.
So that's looks like 6
That's
patties.
8.
Oh,
I think
8?
that's 8. Yeah.
So it's like an Octoburger.
It's a bit, yeah, it's an 8 burger stack. And I slammed that thing down. It was a little too big for my mouth.
But that still leaves you with 10 bun pieces to eat.
Yeah, that's a later problem. I just needed to get through the meat. I felt like the buns would be easy to consume slowly over time. It was really.
I mean, I'm looking at some of our argument here. You were going on about. I was going to suggest, like I did last time, that you keep the oven on, keep the other ones warm, so that you wouldn't be eating cold burgers. Andrew says, my plan is just to eat them all in the first hour so they don't get cold. And I just wrote 1 hour. 1. He said, also, no more condiments. This is a home game this time around. No more road condiments. 25 in 1 hour is what I'm saying. Andrew says, I'm big braining this thing. I said big brain, small stomach.
Where's all the buns going?
Oh, I'm just stacking them to the side. I just have a bun stack on the corner of my desk.
So I'm looking at the 3 burger, the stack right now. This is with 3 hours to go. There's off camera a pile of buns, like a great
To the
pyramid,
left
if
and
you
right.
will, a bun pyramid. Okay.
So you're saying that once per hour, you have to eat one of those 6 stacks and then all the remaining buns as well.
I'd eventually, yeah, well, my goal is honestly, I just thought if I can get through the meat, I can get through the buns. It's the meat is the real
What
problem.
were you doing for the first 7 hours, though?
What do you mean? I was eating constantly.
This is 3 hours left, and you've got all of that left.
This is 3 hours. Yeah, that's what I had left with like 3 hours to go.
I got to ask: is a bun with 6 to 8 patties inside? Does that taste good?
It doesn't
It
look
tastes
good.
the same as a bun with 2. I don't think the number of patties changes the taste of them.
Wait, it would just throw
That's
the ratio.
ridiculous. The ratio's all off.
Yeah.
Of course it tastes different.
What do you mean by the ratio?
Well, I mean, why bother eating any bun at all? If you've got 20 patties and 1 bun, you're just going to be mainly eating ground beef or whatever McDonald's burger is made of.
I just don't want to eat the McDonald's burger though. You need some. I'm a classy individual. I need a bun on that. This is what I ended up with. This is the final
Picture coming
final
through now.
picture. I ate 44 meat patties. That's all I had left, including the buns.
So that is the end of 10 hours. Is that a failure?
That's the end. That is a failure. I did not do it.
You got close.
I did get really close.
So what is that? There's
I started making smaller stacks.
I can see that you've double bunned the front one, and the one at the back looks like it's just buns.
It's just buns. Those are just buns.
I think you screwed yourself by throwing off your bun to meat. I mean, you can't just eat buns with a bun inside. That's got to be gross.
No, I didn't. I never made a bun burger. That was just stacking. That was trying to make a nice picture to show what I had left. That was it.
And then there's 2, it looks like 2 halves of 2 different burgers.
Yeah, it
Like
was
you
a
thought,
mess.
I can't finish this one, but I'll eat the next half of the next one.
Honestly, yes. Because when you look at a bunch of burgers and they're all full, it seems intimidating. But I was like, if I can make these all halves, this is going to seem a lot easier. So I just started eating multiple burgers.
God, you are all about the mind games played on yourself. I love it.
It's just getting yourself over the edge. And I couldn't do it. But I went all the way down.
You didn't think to go downstairs and give them to your girlfriend in the alley, maybe?
No, I don't know.
Those
No.
buns look like they could soak up a lot of piss.
God.
That felt very forced, Jeff. Krampus doesn't do that. It's a possible thing. I don't want to do this. I've reached out to the store. Maybe something will happen. But the bootleg store, the bootleg store is now in existence. It's not up yet, but it's up.
It's like pre-up.
I've made steps. I've officially made not the roosterteethstore.com because I do not want to get in trouble. This is not the Rooster Teeth store. This is my store that has nothing to do with Rooster Teeth.
Some shit from Kansas.
Well, because I'm like 90% sure I'm okay, but there's a 10% chance this is not okay, and I need a fall guy. Everyone needs a good fall guy.
You've got additional merch. You've got 2 hats. You've got a flask. You've just drawn on these, and you're selling your art. Your guy looking up
it's an original art piece. I don't
for
know why
$1
you're
million.
upset by this.
What is the
Well,
address to the store? Ourselves. God damn it.
I don't think so. This is not the Rooster Teeth store.
Jeff
this
Line.
is-
Which Jeff is that? Is that Foxworthy?
Well, we're in talks with a variety of Jeffs
Okay,
right
so
now.
we'll get sued by him as well. Let me see. What other pages will we get in trouble over for this? About us, it says, welcome. Why do you want to know so much about this legal operation? You a cop? Mind your business. Don't tell me your problems. It's a really aggressive store.
It's a very open store that people could look at. Well, anyone who would click that would be a cop, so I just wanted to let them know I'm on.
Contact us is tweeting to Eric Bador. Wow.
Well, he'd want to know. Eric is. If Eric, I know one thing about Eric, it's he loves hearing people's opinions.
Free
and
shipping on
concerns.
no orders.
We're a small operation.
You've got the one listed in red, but the description says we ain't selling this shit in red.
Yeah.
You know my favorite part about this whole deal, Gav, is that Eric is the producer of this show, so this is all his fault or problem.
Yeah, and
Or
problem.
both.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
and
here.
You
his
and I are just
name is
talent,
on it.
man.
Yeah, so are my social handles, and people can get a hold of me directly through the website I didn't make. It's really interesting stuff.
This is incredible, Andrew. You've really put everyone into a sticky situation, and by everyone I mean Eric.
Andrew, you've outfucked yourself.
I don't know what that means, but I think this is a great play.
It turns out
It's a show of force.
the biggest face so far is Rooster Teeth allowing Andrew to be in Rooster Teeth content.
I just found
How
out
is-
Eric Bador has Instagram. How about that?
Okay, let me
Like and
pivot.
subscribe.
Let me pivot this. No, don't
Send us a
yes,
review.
Like and yes, all of those things.
Send us a review.
Hold your horses for a second.
Well, I don't want
Hold
the
your
review.
horses. I do have something I could say. I tweeted
okay, well,
my
fucking
Judge
say it.
Judy prank. I'm trying to. You keep interrupting me. I tweeted out my Judge Judy prank number.
Hold on a
It's a
second.
public number now.
Hold on a second. Before you go any further, how's the mood? Do you feel emboldened to continue the story? Do we need to
Yeah, I
up it
feel
for
this is a good mood. I feel pretty good about
All
how
right,
things are
well,
at this current moment.
By all means, sir, please proceed.
I posted the Judge Judy phone number, and I've been getting calls. I've been talking to people.
So you gave the internet a phone number. Does
Yeah.
the phone ever stop ringing?
I've gotten a little over 100 calls, I'd say, since I did it. And most of them I haven't. I was doing this really fun thing last night. And Jeff, since you love fun, let's act this out. Call the number, not expecting anyone to pick up. I'll show you what I was doing. This is
Okay.
great. Then you're calling.
I'll have to look up text me the number.
No, that's fine. That's too much work. So Jeff calls.
Oh,
I let it ring.
Do the bit.
But the bit won't translate because we won't hear the rings. It doesn't.
Why
I
did
don't
you
wanna-
tell us to do the
No, we're gonna do the bit. No,
All right,
this is
hold on.
not my fault.
Hold on.
You're focusing on the wrong part of the bit. There we go. Okay, so I let it ring a few times, so they think like, oh, maybe it'll be a voicemail. And then
they're gonna pick
I'll
up.
answer.
Bring.
I'll answer. So I answer the call, and then I say, "Hi, you've reached Andrew Panton's Judge Judy prank line. This is a number I bought through Skype, so I don't know if it beeps at the end of a message, but feel free to leave me one. Have a great day."
Okay. So should I leave the message now?
And then you leave the message because they think that's a voice recording. So then you would talk.
Yeah. This is your real dad. I'm calling to get in touch with you. Your entire life has been a lie. If you could call me back, my number is 5555556.
I mean, hey, real dad.
Yeah. No, I hung
How's
up.
it going, real dad?
Sorry, I hung up.
This isn't. That
Like-
actually happened once. That actually it did happen once. I waited too long. As soon as I jumped back in, they hung up.
So you've been just chiming in what they think is a voicemail and scaring the shit out of people.
Yeah. I open as a voicemail, and then I'll wait for a good time to jump into the conversation, and I'll be like, "What's up?" And I did. Oh, I got the first guy. I got so good. he started talking, and I said, "What's up?" And he's like, "What?" And I said, "No, I'm just messing with you. This is still a voicemail. Leave your message after the beep." And then he said, like,
Did he do it over?
Yeah. So I was just calling to let you know. And then I jumped back in again and said, I'm still doing the voicemail. Leave a message. Seriously, after the beep. There's going to be a beep. Wait for the beep. Why don't I just call one of these people and they can do the outro for us?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Do that.
Oh, I'm getting a call right now, actually. This is perfect.
Oh, great.
Answer it live.
Yeah, I'm going to answer it live right now.
And then get a release.
Wait, okay. How do I do it? 1 second. Oh, I just muted myself. I don't know how, how does,
Oh my
wait, can you
God.
hear me? I've never used this on a phone.
Aren't you a millennial?
All this
Can
is
you
going to
hear-
do
hello?
is going to end his actual podcast
Hey.
recording.
Hey, can you, hey, how's it going? We're recording a podcast right now. Are you okay? Are you okay to be on this podcast?
I would love that.
He would love that. What's your first name?
It's Chris.
Chris. Okay. So, Chris, I want you to close our podcast for us. If you could, I'm going to give you kind of an explanation of what to say, and then I'll say go, and then you take it away, okay?
Outsourcing.
This is great. So
That sounds
great.
great.
Awesome. Okay. So, I'm going to need you to tell people to please share the kFace podcast with a friend. Please give it a 5-star review. And what's the other thing?
Subscribe.
Thank them for listening. Ask them to subscribe. And
just to tell
leave a 5-star review.
tell everybody they
got it?
know. It's yeah.
I got some of that.
We all good? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready? Go.
Thank you all for listening to the podcast. I've been your host, Chris. If you could please subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. And thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You nailed it, Chris. That was great.
better than
Best
we've
outro
ever
we've ever
done it.
done.
Can Chris
By
hear us?
far.
All right, thanks.
Fucking great. No, Chris can't hear you. Would
All
you
right,
like
that's
to relay a
amazing.
message to Chris?
Just
I'll
tell him-
gladly do it.
Tell him Jeff said thank you and Gavin did not.
Oh.
Jeff said thank you, and Gavin said he's not sure about people with the name Chris. He's had bad experiences, but maybe you're okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
But by the way, I was just calling about the hat.
Oh, yeah, they're not for... listen, I can talk to you about the hats. Let's talk about the hats. I got a store coming, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm concerned about legal. It'll be a whole thing. I'm going to call you back after this. Okay, I'm in a podcast right now. You did amazing. I love you. I'm going to call you back.
I've been watching this video of a man who looks and sounds a lot like Ed Asner masturbating and then getting fucked in the ass by another man who also looks like Ed Asner.
Is this like a hobby? What
No,
is this?
no, it's just a video online, and it was on like your mom's house, and I just can't stop watching it. I don't know why.
You watching
It's
gay
just-
porn?
Kind of, yeah. It's just like a
kind of.
dude.
Yeah,
it's
kind
just
of.
like a
It's not
dude
really
looking
a
at the
kind of
camera, going, "Don't be stingy now, Mark."
Can you explain to me how it's only kind of?
Well, I'm not watching it for the sexual gratification. I'm watching it because it's fucking funny.
Gavin,
Well-
does that make it less gay porn?
No, I feel like if there was some really funny gay porn and I watched it for the lols, it's gay porn.
I also think it's sweeter than porn. I think that there's some love there.
There can be love in porn.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Now that Mike's here, should we do an episode?
Yeah, you should start the episode now.
Of face.
3, 2, 1,
That's
go.
this show. Yeah, there you go.
Wait, wait, 3, 2.
Where's the one?
No, I was doing it like they're doing like broadcasts where you don't say
Yeah,
the
but-
one because
No,
it
but
might.
don't they do the hand gesture?
I did the
we don't-
hand gesture.
Well, how's that helpful to us?
Well, just imagine me doing it.
Okay, let's do it again.
All right. Quiet on set. All right. 3, 2.
That was a good hand gesture. That was really good.
You acknowledge the hand gesture, just making it pointless. I might as well have said 1.
No, well, it was so good, I wanted to acknowledge it. I want to give you credit where credit is due. I'm a big believer in giving credit where credit is due.
I mean, Jeff didn't come in with the intro. I feel like he maybe didn't imagine the gesture.
I thought Andrew was doing the intro this episode.
Oh.
Why would I do the intro?
You were talking a lot.
Do you want to know a recount?
It's
You
a
wanna-
fucking podcast. What do you mean?
You seemed invested with the energy of the beginning, and so I just assumed you were taking the lead.
No, never.
Oh. Well, we can do it again if you want.
I'll count you in.
All right.
Shh. 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to episode 15 of Why didn't I see that coming? God damn it. That's the most obvious stupid thing in the world. Oh man, I'm gonna crawl up my own ass. Ugh.
We're like 3 minutes in at this point.
I'm fucking dumb.
We got a basket weaving on there. We've got grills. We've got. Wait, this isn't the right one either. This is another one.
Face pod. It's only got 2 posts, man.
Sorry, I was looking at the one that actually came up first in the search was Face Podcast, which isn't us, but it is all the stuff. Pod. Wow, that's the second result.
Yeah.
We're not even first on our.
Well, we're new to the game. We've got to work out those subscribers so that we rocket to the top of our own search engine.
I had a thing happen to me the other night that I feel like no one would ever write because it would have to have happened just so you could have that idea. But I filled my water bottle. It's not a thermos, but it's like a metal one to keep it cold. And I dropped it in my bedroom and it was full. So it made like an awful clang on the floor. It was like clang. And then a bunch of black shit went everywhere, like spread across the floor. And I was like,
What?
And I was like, what happened? Because the drink thing is blue. And I was like, there wasn't anything black on this. And I realized that the drink flask had landed on my pair of shorts, but on the button for the fly, which was a black plastic button, and it just shattered it all across my bedroom floor. And I've never been so confused. And I was like, no one would ever come up with that. That would have to happen. You would never just come up with, oh yeah, he dropped his drink on his trousers button and it exploded.
It's like the
Very
worst
confusing.
trick shot of all time.
Yeah. And now I've got to throw the shorts away. Oh, I guess I could use a spare button.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna replace the button or if you're gonna chuck the shorts.
I just maybe won't wear them to a fancy restaurant.
I think it's to be applauded. I mean, what was the first year you came and stayed with me? Do you remember what year? Like
2006?
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe not then, but like I guarantee you, in 2008, in my house, you were wearing shorts or a t-shirt that I've seen you wear in the last 6 months.
Oh, absolutely.
It's cool,
Yeah.
man. You probably own more.
Okay. I don't see how that makes any sense, but okay.
I can take a bottle cap and I can snap my fingers with the bottle cap at the edge of my fingers and I can like zing it across the room and I can make it go pretty far and I can make it hit. I can make it hurt you if I hit you hard, like in the face.
Yeah, it's true.
And one time we were in my kitchen, this is probably like, what, 2010 or 11, Gav? And
yeah.
I flicked one at you and it zinged off to the side and it hit the countertop in such a way that it bounced back and hit me in the forehead and embedded into my forehead and cut me open and was hanging out of my fleshy head while it was bleeding in the span of 3 seconds.
It bounced off the counter and then bounced up off the wall behind the counter and then just straight back into his head and just stuck there. And I almost exploded with laughter. I could not believe it. It was like in the most instant karma I've ever seen in my life. It only hung there for like a few seconds, but
Yeah, it fell off.
just like you with both of your hands out in like a what? And it's just like, and you're like, your eyes are crossed inwards trying to look at it. It was an amazing sight. I feel like, because last week, obviously, we addressed the second failure in hamburger eating, but we didn't really touch on the punishment for you losing.
What do you mean?
Well, when we made the bet, you don't remember what you had to do when you lost?
Well, I owe you an additional 100.
Right. Also, you have to eat a pencil.
No, that wasn't part of the bet, was it?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, it
think
was.
that was. I don't think it. I think those were two separate conversations.
What?
I
Are you
don't think
shitting
those
me?
were. No, I'm pretty sure those were separate because we talked about eating doors and then like talked about pens. I think those were unrelated.
They were not unrelated. That was the whole reason to attempt the frickin' burgers again. Was there was a
No.
pencil at stake, and you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna grate the pencil," and I thought you were grating
No.
burgers. I was like, "What you on about?" And then you were saying, "No, it's a pencil."
I remember that completely differently. I remember those as two very separate conversations that had nothing to do with it.
Eric, were you there for that one? Do you remember?
There's
Are you
no way
an
Eric
impartial
remembers.
judge?
I do remember, and I have to side with Andrew. I remember
Oh,
them being.
son of a
I'm
bitch.
very sorry. I mean, for content, I would love to side with Gavin, but I do remember these conversations. I remember it was eating a pencil, eating a door. It was all of that, and it didn't, to me, come across like that was part of the bet. I'm incredibly sorry because I want him to eat pencils, but I have to be true to face.
Well, maybe the audience will tell us. And when this comes out, well, fuck, this won't come out for like 2 weeks. Then.
Here, I'll find out right now.
All right.
I'll tweet is.
No, they're not. No, no, I'm not going by
what are you
this.
scared of, Andrew?
To eat
No.
pencils.
Because they're gonna say yes.
The tweet is live. It's
tweet doesn't
just
matter.
a bunch of people liking it, but no one telling me if he's supposed to eat pencils.
Eric Bador tweeted simply this: "Is Andrew Panton supposed to eat pencils?"
That's the most useless tweet you could have written. There's no context.
If somebody responds with, if he loses that bet, he
Exactly.
is, then we'll know.
See? Look at Jeff. Jeff knows exactly because
Why would you
were
just
worried.
include the context?
No, because you were worried that they were just going to say yes because it was part of the bet and all this stuff. What I'm doing, there's a barrier of entry.
My
because
point
now
is
people will
want to
say,
see someone eat a pencil. That's my point. And with no context to the bet, they're gonna say yes. Because
I'm flipping on this. Gavin, I'm on your side. I think he's supposed to eat pencils.
I'm definitely
Thanks,
not. What a betrayal that was.
Ooh, he moved to the other side of the board.
I'm friends with your dad now, Eric. How could this be? How could this be? How could you turn on me like this?
Don't bring my dad into this one.
I'm seeing. Is there any replies yet? No. 11 likes.
No,
Who's?
it's just
how many-
people liking it. I don't
Okay.
like it. Tell me if he's
Because they
supposed
like
to eat
the
pencils.
idea.
Yeah, so I would hate to be against Gavin on this. Just
I
historically.
don't think this is a battle of memories, though. I think Gavin's just trying to will this into existance.
Look,
Yeah.
the pencil
I thought the same
conversation-
thing about. I thought the same thing about a little guy named Pubert Adams.
Oh, a new tweet by someone here. Just some random member of the audience. If he lost that bet, he does.
Ooh, that does not sound good for you, Andrew.
That person also seems to have a problem grasping tenses, based on the question.
Excuse me. There's an update. Someone named Dag said, "Of course, but if I remember correctly,
Jeff
it was
has
with."
influenced the audience at this point. This
Hold
is
on,
bullshit.
hold on. Let's.
It says, "Of course, but if I remember correctly, it was without the graphite."
Which we did discuss. Yep.
I don't think I agreed to that. Listen, if I did,
I just like
I'll
Jeff's
start-
phrasing. If he lost the bet, he does supposed to eat pencils.
I did one thing. It was sort of mean. Just before we move on from the Garfield thing, I'm in a Discord, and a lot of the people in it were trying to beat the times. They'd spent like the whole week constantly like motivating each other to try to do it, and I couldn't sleep on Monday night. It was like 2:45 a.m. I was finally going to go to bed. I was setting my alarm clock, and I got a Discord notification for a photo. And one of the people in the chat finally beat one of my times, and they were so happy. They were so excited that they did it. And I thought, well, I can't sleep now. So I got back up, loaded Garfield card up, and just went at it for like 40 minutes, just grinding the track over and over again. I beat him by 0.52 seconds. And then I react as like, hey, good job. You beat my time. That's awesome. Good for you. Having already beaten it again and had a screenshot ready. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Please don't beat it back immediately. It's like my birthday in a day. That would be really mean. I had already done it. I couldn't reverse time. I was like, oh, okay, well.
Wish I'd have known.
Yeah.
Happy
but
birthday.
Here's an early birthday gift. Enjoy this screenshot. And he's like, you fucking suck. And instead of walking away and then going to bed, I kept playing and I beat his time again, this time by 3 seconds. And then I posted
3 seconds?
It was a 3-second beat. And then I posted again, you don't come at the king. I will say, when I get into like serious, stupid competition mode, it's all I think about. And then I'll dream. I'll constantly have dreams about it. And I put a dent in the wall I lived in previously because I was having a trials dream and I was trying to adjust the bike. And somehow in my sleep, I ended up on my knees and like I was adjusting like the momentum of the bike and I headbutted the wall. I put a dent in it.
You were up on your knees in your sleep.
I was on my knees in my sleep and I like shifted forward to like try to balance the weight of the bike and I went right into the wall and I put a hole in the wall.
And that's why he's better than you, Gavin.
I feel like that's a much better way to live. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to beat one of your times.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not.
I'm going to do
You
it.
already tried this.
No,
We've already had this talk.
Look, I'm in quarantine, bitch. I've got COVID time. This is what's going to happen. I'm gonna beat one of your times in one of the games. I'm not gonna tell you which one.
Wait.
I'm just gonna sit there.
Can it be any single game he's ever played?
Yeah,
or
that's what I was about to ask.
we?
Is it out of what we're talking about, or are you
I feel
literally
like
any
it
game?
has to have been in a game that we've been going at each other before.
Okay.
But you won't know
Okay.
which Trials game or which Halo level or game. I'm just gonna do it quietly, and I'm just gonna leave it. And maybe I'll let you know that it's done like a month after it's done.
You're
Well,
not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen.
He'll be able to see. He'll see you online playing.
No, you
Ah,
can
will
appear
it?
He'll know where you're
Really?
playing.
He could appear offline. There are things he could do.
Gavin will fuck that up, and he'll forget.
I just need a clap sync. No.
Do we all have to clap at once?
Yeah,
Here,
all at once.
I'm gonna count down. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1. Then we'll clap. And that's
This is still in
1,
the show,
clap.
by the way. This is
no,
still
it's
in.
not in the show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it
no.
is.
This
We're-
is, if we're recording
The
it,
show ends.
this is
The show ends
definitely
on the
still in the show.
clap. All right, we got this.
Okay, ready? Okay, here
Yeah.
we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
3. No, hang on. 3, 2, 1.
I
Why
hit
is-
my extinguisher. I expected to go. You didn't-
3,
you didn't
2,
do a
1,
go.
clap. Okay.
This is always, you know when you
That's
play like
exactly
rock,
what I said. It's exactly what I said.
3, 2, 1,
I
clap.
clapped
It's
on,
always
I clapped on
confusing.
3, 2, and 1.
you always
No.
need to
3,
clap.
2,
Like
1,
when you play
clap.
rock paper scissors, is it like are you doing a shoot or is it just at the end of scissors? Did
Yeah,
we
no,
do
it's a
the
shoot.
clarification?
It's a shoot. It's like 3, 2, 1, clap is what we'll do.
Yes.
All right,
which is
Eric's-
exactly
okay,
what
but
I
you
said.
said
Eric's gonna do it right this time. All right, go for
Okay,
it.
ready?
Wait,
3.
so go or no go?
Yeah, Eric said
For
this
the
is
clap.
this is a live. This is live ammunition here. Go.
I'm not going to say clap. You're going to use my cadence and clap after
Don't-
I say 1. So
don't
it'll be
overcomplicate it.
2,
Okay.
1, clap. Here you go. Ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, I could tell.
Okay.
Why did you do it?
And we were definitely not in sync either. Maybe you should say clap.
Well, no, obviously you're not going to be in sync to each other.
Say
It's just-
3, 2, 1, clap.
Yeah, okay, but then do you clap on clap or do you clap after clap?
We'll clap on clap.
You're gonna clap on clap.
We'll
Okay,
clap on
you're
clap.
not gonna hear it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
Okay.
I can do this. This is gonna be
Okay.
really easy.
I'm
go.
going to say
Are you
clap,
ready?
and you'll clap when I say
no,
clap, but
I
you'll
got
also
Eric.
hear me
I got this. I'm
clapping.
taking control. On go. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
What?
What?
3?
3,
What?
2, 1, go.
3?
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. How did we not get it once? I feel like I was the only one clapping.
no, what? You can't tell if we've got it because you're on a delay
You
from us.
hijacked the clap, you fucker.
Oh, I feel like I set a consistent rhythm.
Hey guys, welcome to kFace. This is episode 16. I hope everyone's having a really good time. And I'm going to turn it over to your hosts, Jeff Ramsey, Gavin Free, and Andrew Patton.
What's it about,
Faces?
though?
I didn't finish. Hey, Faces, what's going on today in your crazy world of collections, funny pranks, and wacky fart noises?
Don't put us in a box. We should talk about none of those
Hey,
things.
hey, Andrew, I didn't put you there.
Andrew, we have not been contacted by your legal representation.
No, I'm. Well, what do you mean? For what? I got a variety of lawsuits going on. Could you be more specific, Jeff? And in what context?
I feel like I haven't heard the episode because we record these in a weird sequence. But I feel like we ended things with you refusing to acknowledge that you agreed to eat a pencil, and you told us we'd be hearing from your lawyers.
You know what? I have some clips. I've got some clips.
Oh,
Bring the clips.
Here's a clip.
how about this, Andrew? You owe Gavin $50.
I do, but I'm okay. Continue.
What if we double down? If you win the bet, that is absolved, right? And Gavin gives you $50. Okay, so it's initially a $100 swing. Mm-hmm. Your $50 debt is wiped out, and you receive $50 from Gavin. However, if you lose, you still owe Gavin the initial $50, but you must film yourself eating a leadless pencil.
Oh! Oh!
That was me. That was my voice.
Oh!
That wasn't my voice.
But bonus clip.
A digital handshake on this, Andrew.
Digital handshake. Okay.
You feel like we've got all the details that you wanted in there?
I feel like it. I'm a little opposed to the pennies, but
I'm a little worried about the safety of it. Should we check in with a doctor to make sure it's safe for you to eat a pencil on camera?
It's not safe. Of course it isn't.
I'm gonna win, so I'm not gonna eat the pencil.
Oh, shit!
Wasn't me. I rejected. That's my voice.
I
don't
feel
know
like
where you
it-
got that
it-
recording from.
It is you,
Wasn't
though,
me.
because I was...
It didn't sound like me. I don't know. Maybe my reception's a little bad on this Discord call. It sounded nothing like me.
Jeff, what do you think? You think that was him?
hoisted by his own petard. I heard it right there. He even responded in the clip to the name Andrew.
It's true.
I don't know if that was staged. I don't know what the context is for that clip. I couldn't really hear it due to the lag in the Discord chat. So I'm going to refrain from commenting specifically on that.
Well, my next question to
I
you
rejected that as mine.
Has your pencil arrived yet?
For what context? Because I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
I feel like, kind of regretting that digital handshake. I feel like maybe it meant nothing to you, Andrew.
Why I don't. The clip you played was hard to hear. I
Right.
don't know what digital handshake you were talking about. I never agreed to eat a pencil.
I'm not really sure what to do about this. Like, the way you're acting, I'm not really sure how to handle it.
I was a little bit worried about this. I was concerned because we had a text conversation about this issue. And I was very clear then that not me. I never made that promise. I don't know what you're talking about. So as Jeff mentioned earlier, I created a legal team. I consulted some lawyers. I tracked down. I have 3 law students at varying levels and 1 straight up lawyer. And I have formed the patent defense group. We have a Discord chat. And we've been discussing how to progress further with this. So I'm fine going to a judge we can all agree upon, some sort of arbitrator that can make this choice.
Right.
I think that should be the next step because I reject that I did that.
Have your lawyers seen Exhibit A and B that I just played? Have they heard
I
them?
have presented the things that you refer to as evidence to them, and they have discussed it. And they've come up with this document for me. I'll share in the Discord. It's a 2-parter. I have a legal doc for you to process, and I await further arbitration.
Arbitration?
Jeff,
It sounded like a fancy word.
Jeff, do you want to like read this aloud for us?
Yeah. The pencil eating bet. Dear Jeff Ramsey and Gavin Free, we represent your colleague Andrew Panton in regard to this supposed pencil eating contract made between yourselves and our client. You have continued to incorrectly assert that our client agreed to wager, whereupon if he were to lose, he would consume a pencil, a dangerous and completely unreasonable act that no sane individual would undertake willingly. Yet here we are, I'd like to point out.
I'm a sane individual. I'd never make this
Our
alleged
client
agreement.
asserts, please, sir, I'm reading. Our client asserts that when discussing the matter, Mr. Ramsey specifically stated that failure in completing the task would then require our client to orally consume a leadless pencil. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a pencil as an implement for writing, drawing, or marking consistent of or containing a slender, cylindrical, or a strip of a solid marking substance. Thus, our client could not possibly have to a common understanding with Mr. Ramsey or Mr. Free on what he was to consume if he failed to complete the initial act, since by definition, a leadless pencil does not fit the meaning of the word pencil. Ergo, no contract was formed, and our client is under no obligation to perform the specified task.
He's getting out of it based on the technicalities of what a pencil is?
Welcome to the law, baby!
Yeah, fucking Bill Clinton built a defense around the word is and, succeeded.
Huh. Didn't expect that. I thought the letter would go on to sort of deny that it was Andrew to begin with. But the fact that he basically has now admitted that was him in the conversation. However, the definition of a pencil is what's collapsing around us.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I will be referring to all things going forward as a writing utensil based under my guidance.
So you'll be eating a writing utensil?
No, I won't be eating anything, and I'm unsure what a writing utensil is, but I'm told to say that.
Well, Gavin?
Huh.
How would you like to... well, first off...
What's annoyed me is that I didn't expect this, and I should have, because it's Andrew we're dealing with. I should have expected this. Huh.
I'm a very honorable guy. I just want what's fair. As a very honorable person.
There is zero honor here. There is zero honor. All you've done is denied that was you, and then you've just disappeared off the face of the planet and come back with a legal team.
Well, Gavin, it sounds to me like you probably need some sort of legal representation yourself. I don't know if you want to go the route Andrew went, or...
Can I just go twos up with you? That seems like less effort.
Well, listen, I'm glad you asked. I'm not a part of this bet. I view myself...
Oh, you are absolutely in.
I was a facilitator in the beginning. I was trying...
you.
Let me finish what I'm saying, kind sir. The point is, Andrew, You and Gavin, you guys wanted to have a bet. I was there to work as a middleman to help you both agree to the terms of the bet, thus making me an independent arbiter. I nominate myself as the judge in this arbitration.
That's
Fuck
pretty
your
impartial.
nomination. There's no way you're impartial.
No,
Je-
it's
in
right
our-
because
I have no skin in this game. I didn't come up with a bet.
he didn't come up with a bet. You and I did. He's not eating the pencil. You are. He's
No.
completely impartial.
All right, here's
But
the deal.
Jeff-
Andrew,
Go ahead.
here's the deal. This podcast has 3 members.
Yep.
3 stars, if you will. Andrew, Gavin, and Jeff. There is a person on one side of the bet and a person on the other side, and then that leaves one other person to be the independent arbiter. I'll say this in the terms of fairness. If you would rather it be Gavin, if you would rather Gavin be the independent arbiter, that's fine. But
I'm open to it.
I think you're better off with me than him.
I don't think we should restrict it necessarily to the 3 of us. I think an outside party or even I'd do okay with Eric being a impartial arbiter. As the producer, I feel like he has to be impartial. But you are absolutely not impartial. You were claiming you were impartial in the text chain while also ordering writing utensils. I'm not having none of this impartial stuff.
He did. He was on Amazon buying pencils.
You know why? Because I was trying to facilitate the bet.
How about instead of going through this big legal ordeal, we just switch your little forfeit of the bet to something different? For example, setting off your fire extinguisher.
That sounds like someone who thinks they'll lose because they know they're in the wrong. So no, I don't think I need to compromise at all.
I'm trying to give you an easy out. I'm trying to open a new door for you here.
I don't need any other doors.
A door of honor.
The door of truth and honor is very easy to go through. I'm already there. I got my hand on the knob. We're just securing the details to advance
Andrew, you're going to have to go through a door or you're going to eat one.
So we should leave this where it stands today, and
I
we'll
agree.
resume.
Next week, we will have our decision, discussion, whatever legal term. I got way too excited when my law team said never mind.
Quid pro quo?
Yeah.
I'm suddenly feeling better about going against your law team.
So this is Panton v. Ramfree
Yes.
2020.
Why don't we take this to Judy? Forget the foot rub. Why don't we do this for real?
No. I don't want to. She seems very serious. I don't think she'd enjoy this.
I got some things to say about Garfield. Fuck Garfield. Fuck Garfield. Fuck that game. That game's a piece of shit. That is not a kid's game. That is a fucking evil, brutal piece of shit game. The rubber banding in that game is ridiculous.
There's no
and
rubber
that game
banding.
fucking cheats. And the pizza cup can suck my pizza cock. I hate it. It fucking cheats every fucking time.
There have been some updates to this game. Maybe it's harder than it used to be. So I made a new Xbox account to start over. I wanted a fresh start. And because I'm such a good friend, I'm such an honorable guy, as I've been saying this whole time, I named my second account after you, is what I did. And I loaded into that pizza cup. I thought I'm going to start at the 100, the medium difficulty, then go hard. Won the first 3 races, realized I was on hard. I didn't even know it. That's how easy it is. I was on hard the whole time. Beat the pizza cup, first try, no problem. Then thought, you know what? Jeff is never going to be able to do this. He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have the talent. He doesn't have the natural lasagna gene in him like I have. I'm going to be a good friend. I'm going to get fake Jeff on this leaderboard. I'm going to get him nice and number 2 so he can feel good about himself, but he's never going to hit the top because it's not in him. I don't need to worry about that. Except then the unexpected happened and I beat my own time by accident. So fake Jeff is currently number 1 on Play Misty for me. I'm number 2.
I did it, baby. I'm the best.
I did that on Saturday. I played all weekend. I can't beat that time. I am stuck in second place because I beat myself as fake Jeff. And speaking of bets, we kind of made a bet last week, Gavin, didn't we? We're doing a time thing, right? I think we kind of left that open.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about that still, or did you actually try and now you've realized it was a mistake?
No. What I did is that, it's a long game. I'm going to just announce that I have a better time than you.
This is what I think we should do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna chime in because we had some discussion about this, but I kind of zoned out last time, so I missed it. So maybe I'm repeating what we said. I think once you issue that time, how many hours? 16, right?
Yeah.
Let's knock it to 12 because that's a better number.
Okay.
Go down to 12. Once you announce the time, it can only be one time, but once you announce that time, I have 12 hours to beat it. You have 12 hours to respond if I do. And we just go back and forth until it's over.
Okay. I beat one of your times.
Which one did you beat? Oh, fuck. Wait. What time is it? Okay. What time?
I didn't really. I just wanted to freak you out.
I was very nervous.
My God.
But that's how it's going to go. It's going to be 1 week, in the future.
Great.
When I do that.
Hey, Gav?
I'm thrilled for it.
I like that whenever you do an injury or you have a condition, it's always to its like maximum extent. Like
God
when
damn
you
it,
ripped your thumb tendon open so much that he was like, the doctor was like, "Oh no, it's so much
Yeah.
worse than worse than these two things that could have happened."
He goes, there's two ways to cut your tendon. You can cut it long ways across the tendon, like down the length of it, which is good because it's easier for us to sew it back together, or you can sever it in half, right? Where we have to reconnect it, like you cut a pencil in half. Like say you were going to eat a pencil, you didn't want to eat a long pencil, you'd cut it in half, right? And I go, which way did I cut my finger? Did I cut my tendon? And he goes, oh, no, son. He called me son. He goes, son, yours is so much worse than that. And I go, well, there's only two ways. How can it be worse? And he goes, yours is shredded. He goes, yours is more mangled than cut. And I was like, oh. And that's why my thumb doesn't work totally.
Typically, by now you would have heard Jeff and Gavin, considering this is our court date. But 90 minutes before we were supposed to do this, out of nowhere, no warning, very mysteriously, I may add, Jeff puts out an email saying that he was not going to be available due to a dental issue, a tooth problem. I don't even think he specified what was happening, but that he couldn't be here and that they'd need to change the recording tomorrow. You can't just change a court date 90 minutes before it happens with no real excuse. I'm calling complete bullshit on this. I think they know their case is weak. I think they know they're lacking the evidence to force this pencil upon myself, and that they panicked and they needed extra time. But you can't do that. I reject that. You cannot move a court date 90 minutes before it happened. So we are here today. We are at court. Jeff and Gavin, feel free to make your opening statements. I'll give you the entire floor. Say whatever you want to say about this case. Oh, that's right. They're not here. They didn't show up because they know that they're in the wrong. I had this whole thing planned last week. I presented a document that went over my case from my legal team, very established group of lawyers. And I don't even think I need to go that way. We've already filed it. I'm an innocent guy, so I don't need to work too hard to defend this. I just brought a few clips, mainly to show my character and to display the character in which we're dealing with in this case. Now, normally two great guys, but there's been some conflict. To further show how good of a guy I am in my character, in contrast to them, I have a very interesting clip of them talking about how sweet I am.
Andrew will drop whatever he's doing to help me. I love him so much. It's like I care about him so much.
He's the sweetest, nicest human
and
being.
he's so patient
on
with
the
me.
planet.
Like I had to platform through that bit in Crota so he could.
He's like
basically
my-
tell everything. He was like, yeah, up there, and he was like shooting where I should jump, and I was like,
Guys-
you should be a teacher.
He's like my other daughter.
He's like my other daughter. High praise from Jeff Ramsey. But just as a cherry on top, this is Jeff Ramsey's own daughter, sadly, disappointedly, admitting that not only am I a man of honor, that I am a trustworthy individual, that Jeff Ramsey succumbed to Garfield jealousy. He could not beat the Pizza Cup. The Pizza Cup turned this man against his most important ideals. Here's Millie Ramsey.
Hello, my name is Millie Ramsey, and I am a character witness for Andrew Panton. I am here today to ensure that the court knows that Andrew is not only honorable, but extremely trustworthy. On top of this, I must share that my dad, in fact, manufactured the audio of the pencil bet agreement. After hundreds of failed attempts to beat the Pizza Cup, he was blinded by jealousy that he could not achieve the same level of Garfield's success. I mean, think about it. One of the heads of Rooster Teeth, He must hold some kind of power to be able to do this. I hate having to reveal my dad would do such a thing, but it's true. Andrew Panton is completely innocent, and I am personally saddened knowing that my father has made such poor and petty decisions, but I hope he will grow after this court and become truly unclear after this all. So thank you so much for listening to this.
I couldn't have said it better. I feel that this whole process at this stage is unclear. I thank you for your time. I thank you to the courts for listening to this and to have to take time out of your day to deal with such a nonsense allegation by the other side.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of...
Not another. A continuation of Jeff. Just so you know. This is part 2 of episode 17.
Did you just say episode?
Episode. Doesn't matter. Episode.
What do you
mean
it's a continuation?
Part 2.
You interrupted a perfectly good intro there.
No. We don't need an intro. I already did the intro. We don't need an intro. Don't worry about it.
I'm not doing the intro. I'm not doing the intro fight this week. I don't care what episode it is.
No.
I don't care if it's...
Fight.
I don't care.
Intro.
I don't care if it's a continuation or not. It's still kFace. It's still episode whatever the fuck it is.
It's
Andrew says
part
17.
2
I think there's like an 8% chance you're correct. Nobody knows what episode it is. I named it episode 15 on the file.
I know what episode it is because I've already recorded part of this episode.
Wait, there was an intro already recorded prior to this.
We already did this. I already did this. You guys don't need to worry about a thing.
Where was I?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Where were you two is the great question.
Well, how about this then? I'm going to do an intro that will be edited in before yours.
No, it can't be. It makes no sense.
Wait a minute. Can I get to the bottom of this? Are you bitching right now because we didn't record yesterday when we were supposed to?
Not at all bitching. I'm just stating the fact of what happened. Let me explain what happened. We agreed last week our big case was going to be next week. We record on Thursday. Next episode, going to be on a Thursday. We all agreed. Important trial. 90 minutes before the trial was supposed to begin, I get an email saying Jeff's out, can't do it. Mysterious tooth injury suddenly appears. No warning. Very suspicious. And I reject that. I reject that you should be able to move a case 90 minutes before it happened. So what did I do? I went to the courts on time. I showed up for the court date, and I won my goddamn trial because you two didn't show up. I won by default.
Jeff was the second person who failed to make it yesterday. Eric was already out, and he's the judge. Eric already couldn't do it.
No, I went to the case. Nick can agree. Nick was a witness. I pled my case. It was recorded for judging. I gave you guys the floor. I gave you guys an outrageous amount of time to speak. No words coming from the other side.
Makes no sense that you would do court without us, considering...
No, I went to the date. I showed up on time. It's not my fault you weren't there.
Also, and no offense to Nick. I love Nick. I think Nick's great, and I think he would have done a great job as a judge, but I didn't approve it, and neither did Gavin, and Eric
not the
threw
judge
it out
either.
there. Eric threw it out there as
Nick
an option.
or Eric isn't the judge.
Well, then who's the judge?
I know more about this case. That's for Eric to reveal. I'll let Eric make that decision when he's ready to.
You don't get to make... There doesn't get to be a secret judge. That's not how court cases work. You don't go up to the Supreme Court
listen,
to present
I don't know who the judge is either. You don't fucking miss your trial 90 minutes before it happens.
You do when it's a medical emergency. You can't... I can't yell. You don't make me yell. It hurts. Why don't we just have our own court? Why does he get to decide? He's not the boss.
Me twice for 2 crimes? For 1 crime? You can't double charge me. I'm already clear.
You haven't been charged yet. You can't be clear.
We went to... What do you mean I was at court yesterday?
You can't be clear if you don't even know who the judge was that cleared you, you idiot.
No,
think about it.
No.
It's not like the Supreme Court. It's like a blind box. You don't know who you're going to pull.
I made a deal. Eric told me that there's a judge in the works. I was so confident about my case, I didn't need to know who the judge was.
Well, then how have you already done court if there's a judge in the works?
Well, because... From my understanding, and I guess I'm going to have to fucking explain the whole bit, Eric was going to take the audio from my defense and your argument and then present it to the person who would be the judge, and then they would make the ruling, and then that would be relayed to us. That was my understanding of the process.
That sounds great.
How do you boot someone from the Discord just so we can do court without Andrew?
Eric.
You can't. For what? What am I being accused of?
Eric.
Yes, I'm here.
What is your assertion of this? Is this case over? Has Andrew already won?
Oh, no. The case isn't over at all.
The case is absolutely over. I went to court.
I added Andrew to the Slack channel, but he didn't receive the Slacks. Why is that, Andrew?
Oh, well, okay. So this is why I have 2 Slack accounts, is when I went to add Slack on my phone, I couldn't remember if I used my work email or my personal email. And the guess I made in the car was not the right guess. So I accidentally just made a second account and then panicked, signed out of it, and never thought of it again. So that's why I have 2 accounts. My main account has limited access privileges. I'm only allowed within the Achievement Hunter part of Slack. My fake account, complete access to everything. It has more privileges than what my actual account has, and I have several messages. I signed in after this reveal that I was in a kFace Discord or chat Slack that I didn't know about. I signed in, and I've got a lot of messages. I had like 7 or 8, and some of them may be related to hats and maybe related to the store, which makes it funny that I've been so aggressive
my God.
without realizing.
You've been shitting on the store this whole time, but you've actually been ignoring them.
We could go back to that in a minute. I just have some very important audio to play. This is a key character witness for me. I think really summarizes the case really well.
Hello, my name is Millie Ramsey, and I am a character witness for Andrew Panton. Thank you so much for listening to this.
First off, let me say 3
We're
things.
screwed.
1, there's no proof that that's actually Millie Ramsey, my daughter. 2, I've never taken a DNA test. I don't know that she's my daughter. I've always just assumed.
Wow. I gotta say, I did not expect that Jeff's plan would be disown daughter in
3,
response to.
At 2, Millie. And 4, I have my own character witness that trumps my lovely, beautiful daughter, who I think the world of, and who just pissed away her birthday next week, which I think is strange. It is going to be a cold, sad 15 for Millie, unfortunately. We gotta wrap this up early. I got a lot of shit to send back to Amazon tonight. I got a lot of packages to unwrap.
You got some audio over there, Jeff?
But if we're gonna throw character witnesses, this is what I would call, and I think we would all agree, this is what they consider a smoking gun. So I'm gonna play it right now.
Hi, this is Andrew Panton. I've promised something. I distinctly remember. So I'm gonna eat a box of pencils. I want that on record. This is an actual accurate fact. We don't need a lawyer. Everything has been above board.
Andrew, that is you in your words, clearly identifying yourself as Andrew Panton, and then agreeing to eat not only a pencil, but a box of pencils.
A whole box, Andrew.
That is clearly a manipulated audio file. I don't know. I mean, it's just clear. I don't even need to defend that. That was terrible editing. It was very choppily put together.
Yeah, well, it's about as good as hearing my daughter read a script you wrote for her. How about that?
I didn't write anything. That's a false, harsh accusation. I'm going to play this. This is, once again, it just shows how sad it is that Garfield jealousy has taken such a toll on the two of you, that you have turned to this level. You've gone this low. This is some audio.
Andrew will drop whatever he's doing to help me. I love him so much.
He's like my other daughter.
He's like my other daughter.
Oh no, why were we so nice about him?
To go from there to now, it's sad. I'm saddened by this. I miss you too. You've changed due to this Garfield experience. If you present any of their evidence, that is total bullshit. They did not show up.
This is insane.
They didn't show up.
Eric,
what do you want me to say?
We're gonna need to see this evidence.
Hey guys, Eric here. I decided that I'm the judge now, and Andrew has to eat the pencil.
Oh!
That doesn't mean anything. You can't just decide.
Dude.
Hey guys, I decided I'm the judge. Go fuck all of you. I'm not eating a pencil. I won the case already. I can say things too. I showed up. I followed the process.
You did say things. You said I'm gonna eat a pencil if I lose the burger bet. That's what you said.
That's one thing I never said. Never have. You won't find a clip of me saying that anywhere. I think this went well. I didn't think it would be this long. I had other things I could talk about.
Why did you think this? Did you think we would go in your head? You would bullshit your way through this whole thing. Be like, I went to court yesterday, and you thought we'd go, ha, that's cool, Andrew. Well done.
No, I figured there'd be some
good job. You'd have to eat that pencil. What other faces have you done this week? You thought that's how it was going to go?
I thought I was going to explain what happened, and you two being reasonable people would be like, yeah, we missed the date. You're right. That sucks. Man, we screwed that up. He wins by default. That's because that's what happened. I thought you'd be more accepting more quickly. I didn't think we'd be at technically minute 47-ish of the show and still be talking about this case that I attended and you didn't.
Our next court case will be
There's not. There's not.
Thursday the 17th from 3 to 4 p.m.
Okay. I'm going to write that down in my diary.
Central time. Central time.
How are your times going, Gavin? You beat me yet?
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay. Sure. I'm just asking.
I'm not going to tell you straight away. I'm going to wait until I know you have something to do, like you move or you have some sort of appointment. I'm going to tell you right before that. I'm going to really eat into your 12 hours. If we're going to play dirty, expect dirty.
I'm the only one playing clean. I don't know what you mean.
If you're going to wait for Andrew to have something to do, you're going to be waiting for a while.
Sorry to interrupt the outro. Just really quick. I just want to just drop this in real quick. I just thought this was interesting.
I need medicine.
So I'm just going to put that there. Just so you know. Okay. Sorry, Jeff. Continue. You can wrap it up.
I didn't play. Oh, that's Outskirts?
Yep. I see you, sneaky fuck.
It looks like Andrew played a video game. Congratulations.
No. It looks like Andrew found one of the levels that I'd beaten him at and hadn't told him about, and he went and beat it.
Yeah.
Wait, another one?
No, it's just a better view. It's a more clear view of that.
Okay.
I see you.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's the only one I have a better time?
No, I beat the other one too, dummy. I know you did too.
Wait, what? Did you really?
Yeah, I beat both of them. Balls in your court, dude.
Hang on. Wait.
What?
Are you serious?
What?
You think that being on time is better than being early?
Yes. Yeah.
And you think being early is worse than being late?
No. Being late is the worst. Then being early is it's fine, but not ideal. Being bang on time, that's perfection.
But why? What do you have against being early? Because you sounded like vociferously against it for a second there.
Well, it's just like people are sort of, if you're in here at 2:57,
yeah,
you sort of think that you got some time. Like Eric thought he had some time.
Right. That's based on every other episode. That's based on every other episode we've ever done where you're here on the dot at 3.
No, it's like when you make plans with someone, you plan to meet them somewhere, and I'm on track to get there exactly at 2 or whatever. They text me at 1:54, like, "Hey, I'm here." Now I'm feeling stressed.
Why are you feeling stressed?
Because now they're waiting on their own, and I'm thinking like, man, I should have left earlier.
Why? But that's of their accord.
Yeah, this is insane.
Yeah, that's not on you.
Okay,
that's 6 minutes. It's not on you. It's not incumbent upon you.
They did that to themselves.
Okay, well, what if they were meeting at your place? Hey, come to mine at noon. They're there at 11:52, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm barely dressed.
Wait,
you're not
I think
dressed
that's
at
totally fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I would say within like 15 minutes early.
Yeah. 15 minutes early,
dude.
No,
Yeah.
If you're meeting at my place, be there at the time. Like, don't be there early because I'm not ready. I've budgeted for all of those minutes.
Why don't you just be early instead of being worried about them being early than you?
Now then you see you're dealing with people who are late. You don't know what other people are going to do. For example, some people at this company, if you say meet me at 8, I'll show up exactly at 8. They might show up at 8:40. And then if I was 20 minutes early, I would have been waiting an hour.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yes.
You said some people like you mean certain people. Would you like to tell us who those people are? It's okay. You're in a safe place.
Should we speak ill of those who don't work with us anymore?
Yeah, of course.
Mr. Ezra Cooperstein would often show up almost a full hour late to the point where I was like, did we go to dinner? Did we have dinner, Ezra? Or was I sat here completely on my own with people gawping at me? Wondering if I got stood up.
If you invited me to go to your house, Gavin, I absolutely would be there 10 minutes early, and I would have it wouldn't have even crossed my mind that would be in any way an inconvenience to you. This has completely changed my perception.
I'll tell you the secret. I'm always, okay, aside from like, when I'm late from like a recording, like two recordings like coming back to back, I'll be like late to the podcast or whatever. Aside from that, I'm usually pretty bang on time. And the way I do that is that I'll get somewhere, 5 to 10 minutes early, and just like hide around the corner.
This is insane. This is insane.
until like 2:59, and then I'll just stroll around as if I'm completely on time. Just that way, I've not put any pressure on anyone else, and I'm not late in the slightest. Well, how is that insane, Eric?
You just said what? You're the person that you said that you didn't want to do that to someone else, but you're happily the person that is doing that.
It's the crazy. Most tone-deaf thing I've ever heard. You came out and literally started this off with saying, this is what I hate about people when they do this. And I said, oh, I do this opposite thing this way. And you go, yeah, I hate that. Also, I do that exact same thing, apparently.
Right, no, but I'm not visible. I'm not present. You don't know that I'm there waiting. I will just...
You don't know that I'm not there. I don't wear a beacon. I don't, like, roll up with a Jeff signal and fucking flash it like Commissioner Gordon needs help.
I feel like the internet is ablaze since the last one came out. The trial... Well, the trial hasn't come out yet, but the pre-trial came out, and I feel like the comments are just on fire. Andrew, what are your thoughts about it?
I think it went over very well. I think people very much enjoying the way it's gone. I don't think there have been any issues or complaints or calling me a coward.
I'm starting to feel worried because usually, like Jeff and I, we're in videos constantly, years and decades of comments. But you, Andrew, are sort of have been typically background in terms of your interaction with the audience. You know, there's a lot of people who know you who you are, but it's not like a daily barrage of comments. And I feel like the comments went from Andrew is the funniest person I've ever heard in my life. Where have you been keeping him this entire time? To Andrew is a little bitch. Why doesn't he just eat the pencil? What a cowardly little bitch.
I hate Andrew. I can't believe. Get him out of here, that bum.
I think the psychology is interesting because the concept that like me pretending I didn't agree to have a pencil is the worst thing ever, but Jeff saying that I have an obsessive piss fetish and that I'm watching homeless ladies pee is a lie that is totally acceptable. No issues there at all. Like, I was looking at a Kit Kat recently and realized I have no idea what a wafer is. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
What a wafer is?
Like, if someone said, that
is a good point.
I know what a wafer is.
If you said, Andrew, here's $2 million, go make a legitimate Kit Kat, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the ingredients. I had unlimited budget. I could do whatever I needed. I'm like, I need chocolate. I can buy chocolate. What the fuck is a wafer? Is it a rice thing? Do I need flour? Do I cook? Do I put it in an oven?
I'll be honest. You've blown my mind. Where does a wafer come from?
Andrew, I was all in to make fun of you, but you won me over instantly. I got no idea. I have no clue how to make a wafer or what. I know what it tastes like.
Why don't we go around the group? Jeff, how do you make wafer?
I think you would bake it. You bake it?
What, you keep saying it though. Like what? you gotta have it to bake it.
I think it's like rice based, maybe like rice paper. I don't know.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a fucking mystery.
I just had a Nutter Butter and it was or a Nutty Buddy, and it's all wafer and chocolate. I don't know what I ate.
It's got to be like 1 degree from a biscuit or a cookie, but like flatter.
But the texture's different though.
It is.
Hey Eric, what's a wafer?
A wafer is just a very thin cookie or cracker. It's made out of flour. I don't know.
Flour.
Yeah, it's just a very thin cookie or cracker.
How do you make a wafer?
You make a very thin cookie or cracker.
It just doesn't seem like a thing that a human can do.
That's not true. If I make really thin chocolate chip cookies, those aren't fucking wafers.
Yeah, I think it's more to it.
It's crazy because you asked me and then I told you and then you told me that I was wrong, but you don't know what it is. You asked me.
I know I'm wrong, but I know you're wrong too. We're all equally wrong. I do know that. I want to know this judge's ruling.
You want to go straight to it?
Maybe let's end on it.
Yeah.
No, this is very suspicious. I feel like you two know something I don't. That was very weird. That was weird. I sense that.
I don't know anything. I'm just having a really nice time right now. And once we start talking about the trial, I know I'm going to get all worked up, and then you're going to get defensive, and then Gavin's going to get involved, and it's going to turn into a 3-way fuckfest of yelling.
Yeah. Enjoy the non-yelling.
No, I am.
Yeah, right now we're just hanging out.
This is great.
So
For the sake of the audience, I'll just go through it. So the level is Outskirts, which is a Halo 2 map, where you just fight through where you're in Africa, you're on Earth. And the way that the timing works, you can just save and quit. And it will hold the time that you have. So restarting a checkpoint continues to add time. But if you die, instead of just having it restart the checkpoint, if you just save and quit, you just go from whatever the time was at that checkpoint. So you can actually sort of slow build your times. And if you do that right before you end the level, you don't have a submitted time, but you have one ready to go. You just have to then do the last checkpoint. Is that what you've been doing, Andrew?
That is what I've been doing. Did you know you could do that when you started this? When did you learn that that was an option?
I've always known.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought
you got the speedrunning achievement without doing that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh shit! So you're really good.
Well, no, I didn't know it was an option. What happened was I was trying to beat Gavin's dumb time, and I was in the middle of a great run. I was near the end, and my game crashed. And I was like, "Fuck!" I lost the run. And it was like 4 a.m., so I wasn't really thinking. And instead of just loading up a new run, I accidentally clicked resume, and it put me back to where I was, and the time was back to where it was at that checkpoint, and it opened up a whole new world of possibilities. If it would have never crashed, I would have never known, and there's no way I would have ever come close to you.
I want to. I want to try and find in the Slack where you got really suspicious.
Oh, I did. Yeah, you're good. If the times you're presenting are legitimate, you're very good at Halo 2.
Okay, so we were just going back and forth with our times, and then on Slack you said to me, "How are you cheating?"
He's cheating in some way, and I don't know what it is.
I said, "No cheating, just playing some Halo, developing some strats." You said, "So I'm supposed to believe you just show up and set the 87th best time in the world for Outskirts." I said, "Sure, why not? New strats, new times." You said you don't go from hitting a career average of 2 homers a year and then suddenly hit 87 and say you're holding the bat differently. Something stinks.
I think I'm being pranked or plagued by a gentle ghost.
Okay.
I was at the what I'm now referring to as the face intersection in Austin. And I say that because I ride my bike like 30 miles a day. It's my exercise. And so I go all over town, but there's this one intersection that I go through pretty often. It's a big intersection. The other day, maybe like a month or two ago, I was stopped at the stoplight waiting to go. I had been stopped for 30 seconds. I was standing up the same way I always do, left foot on the ground, right foot on the curb to the right, and I was perfectly vertical, no breeze, no nothing. And I just looked up and I went, "Yep, light's still red." And then I went back into my head, thinking about face collectible cards. And then suddenly I noticed I was very slowly tilting to the right. And I thought, that's weird. And I looked up and the traffic light was crooked too. And I realized I was really, really slowly, as if by being pushed by the most gentle of ghosts, just being nudged over, like laid down. And there was nothing I could do about it. My right foot was immediately trapped under the bike, and like gravity didn't speed me up, which is why I know it must have been a ghost laying me down. And and there was no wind. Gravity didn't intensify things, and it just, as if in a cartoon, slowly laid me down onto the ground under my bike in the exact same position I was standing up in, as if like I got hit with a freeze ray and I just topped over, but without any kind of like a terminal velocity from the gravity. And unfortunately, there were 4,000 cars around, and they all saw it. And also, it had rained the day before, so the ghost gently laid me down into a mud puddle, like a grassy mud puddle. And so I just laid the entire right side of my body covered in mud and under my bike for a second. And I didn't know what to do. A lot of cars looking at me. I look up, I'm making eye contact with at least 20 people. And so I just sat there and laughed. And waited till every car left, and then I got on my bike and then sat through another cycle and left. But yeah, so now I'm on the lookout to see if the ghost strikes again because it was super paranormal.
Okay, so it is difficult to get a judge to do a ruling on a podcast called kFace. Most judges do not have senses of humor, as I have come to find out. They don't think it's funny that you've asked them to do something. They don't want to settle your bet.
Well, we're paying though, aren't we?
Yes, and that doesn't seem to matter.
We paid a judge?
Yeah.
What was the hourly cost?
I can't tell you. A gentleman does not reveal numbers. However, through great effort.
Did you hire LegalZoom?
No. Working with Gus, found a website where you can hire a judge for different rulings and things like that. And so I have actually not one, not two, but 3 judges' rulings that are all about a minute to a minute and a half long. So I don't want to sit here and make you guys listen to unless you really want to, listen to every word of all of these rulings. But I think you'll get the idea of kind of where they're all going when I play you the first one.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Here's the first.
Okay.
Hello, this is Shaheen Davari. I'm from Hired Judge. I also was an attorney for 3 years and went to law school. And so I'd like to start by saying at the very top that it is patently obvious to anybody who both listens to the podcast and understands the scenario that Andrew should, in fact, have to eat a pencil. First, he made the agreement and made the bet. And I want to say that up top because there was some type of backtracking that Andrew was trying to pretend that truth isn't truth and it wasn't really him. But truth is truth, my friend. It was clearly your voice and it was recorded, and that evidence definitely weighed heavily on the decision here today. Second, the crackpot legal defense team did not do their job enough to get paid. So I really hope that you did not pay these people. Saying that you didn't properly define a term in the contract isn't necessary in oral agreement contracts, and it's not necessary in contracts. What's necessary in a contract is an understanding between the parties as to what the pencil is. You both understood what you meant by pencil. No lead. You don't want any lead. You don't want someone to get poisoned. Graphite pencils are perfectly harmless to eat in very small amounts, meaning 1 pencil. And so buck up and eat the fucking pencil.
I was okay with that
Buck
ruling
up.
until the very end. And also, no judge says buck up.
This judge did.
I'm accepting of the ruling. I have some questions, though.
I want to get drinks with that guy.
I got an erection.
Okay.
Can you believe the part that got me was when he talked about an oral agreement and that you both understood what a pencil was. And it's like, that's exactly right. These guys went above and beyond. Like, I explained to them what was going on and gave them pieces of evidence. They listened to like whole episodes.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I
Wait,
said.
my
I'm
God.
like, no, don't do that.
Oh,
They
no.
listened to whole episodes. They got back to me in like a day. This hiredjudge.com. They got back to me in like a day. I worked with this guy, Blake. He was fucking awesome. They like really went above and beyond. All 3 of them said, Andrew has to eat the pencil.
This is incredible. I'm blown away by that. I don't know what I was expecting. That exceeded everything. That was phenomenal.
That was what complicated. When you guys were like, how could you have a trial with no judge? Eric kind of told me that was the direction he was going to go in. That was always going to be the case. There's never going to be a judge. It was a tough thing to defend, though, without stepping on the amazing bit. I can't believe you got 3. This was really impressive.
I have a rapport now. I'm working with Blake closely. He says that he likes the show. After listening to this stuff, he likes the show. So
Fantastic.
I don't know. He's really into it. So I told him that if we have other stuff that we have to settle across any of these other podcasts, we'll be going with Hired Judge.
Absolutely.
So they can help us out.
The last message from Eric is thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe. End the episode. What are you doing?
Thanks, man. Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe. Oh, and also, dear Boston Celtics, do not face yourselves tonight again.
Oh, God.
Game 1 was the biggest professional sports face I have seen in a long time, and I had no patience. I had no fucking patience to watch that nonsense happen again. So let's not face ourselves out of the goddamn Eastern Conference Finals.
Eric brings up a great point, and the results of that round will be completely determined by the time anyone hears this.
2 weeks old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm mad about it now.
No, I agree.
With ads, this is going to be 90 minutes.
They're calling it the greatest block in playoffs history.
I don't know about that.
Which is a little excessive.
Eric, you're going to have to...
I've never seen worse clock management.
You're going to have to step in, Eric.
I don't want to talk shit about my beautiful Celtics or any individual.
Eric, help.
God bless them all. But it was rough. It was rough.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Face. Rate 5 stars and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the fuck hat shirt that's red. It's the red fuck hat shirt. Go check it out on the store, and you can click the link below. We'll see you next time for Face.
Do you have one, Eric?
I'm not done yet.
Do you have
not
that
done
shirt?
yet. I'm not done yet. No, they haven't sent them yet. For Jeff Ramsey, Gavin Free, and Andrew Panton, we'll see you next time on Face.
What are you going to have for dinner tonight, Eric?
Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine drawing up a play where you just stand still, dribble for 10 seconds,
Oh,
then
shit.
break it?
That's a great question. Andrew.
End this!
Okay, sure. Just a second. Andrew, have you watched the HBO show Hard Knocks?
Have you ever watched Road to the Winter Classic, Jeff?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's like Hard Knocks, but hockey.
What the fuck? What is going
They
on?
haven't-
Stop.
Have you, Eric,
Stop.
have you seen Hard Knocks? It's about the Chargers this year.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I hate the Chargers. Yeah, I don't like them anymore.
Do you like the Rams?
No.
Who do you like in the football?
I like Red Zone.
Eric, what are you
Red Zone
doing?
is a great.
I'm trying to get this to end. I figure if
You're
I answer
having
these
a
questions
conversation.
curtly, it'll be over.
Hard
Goodbye.
Knocks,
Eric?
it's all about, it's crazy. I assume that there are other seasons, but this
do I
season,
kick people
There's
it's
so many
all,
seasons.
oh
You
yeah,
can
dude,
drag
but it's
and
all
drop
about,
people.
Every year.
it's all about Corona
From the
and like
Discord.
how they're restarting
Disable
the NFL
video.
and the, like, in the pandemic. It's
Can't drag 'em
fascinating.
anywhere.
I would
No,
say
there's no other
this
channel.
was a weaker
Nuh-uh.
season, Jeff.
You could
So
make a new
if
voice
you
channel.
enjoyed this one.
Yeah,
Drag
Is it
him in.
over?
Amazon
already?
That
also,
would have
yeah,
to
it's
be it,
over. Also, Amazon has a football show where they do during the season, which is also
Okay, I think
very
we
good.
can.
Oh,
Gavin,
I
if you
would love
just
to see
end
that
your
too.
audio recording, that has to be the end of the episode.
Oh, there's another voice audio channel come up. Look.
Or are we still
that's
going?
good.
Let's stop.
I don't know.
I think we should end the podcast. Here's what's fucking great about this. We're all here 10 minutes before we're supposed to be because we all thought the same thing. I was so convinced that you were going to be here and go, I thought you were 10 minutes early to everything. When I said get here 10 minutes early, that means it was on time. So if you're really 10 minutes early to everything, you would have been 10 minutes early to the 10 minutes early. So I just fucking got here 30 minutes early to be safe.
Well, I'm already rolling. We don't have to start, but I've already begun. So
Yeah, I'm rolling too.
we just finished Face Jam, so we're like, I'm coming down off a food coma.
What did you guys eat today?
Wendy's has the pretzel pub bacon cheeseburger and pretzel pub chicken sandwich, and it is a lot. It's a lot of food, and I have like a headache. I don't feel very good. We also got Frosty-chinos.
What's a frosty? Is that like a frosty cappuccino?
Like they put coffee and a Frosty in one cup, and then you drink it because you're a pig human.
Now, yeah.
Should I try milk?
What? What did you say?
No,
What?
no. Milk is fucking gross, dude. Don't try milk.
Okay.
People try to tell you, yeah, how old are you? 26?
Yes.
Yeah, you're far too long in the tooth to worry about milk. Your bones are your bones. Your teeth are your teeth. Your hair is your hair. Milk ain't helping at this point, so don't worry about it. It's fucking gross.
The milk is a hair thing?
I think so, right? Strong bones and a healthy smile and...
Where does the bones come into the hair? I've never heard silky coat bones.
Maybe I'm thinking of eggshells to a dog. I don't know, but it probably doesn't hurt your hair.
What are you talking about?
If you feed a dog eggshells, it's supposed to give it a silky coat.
How did my confession of I've never tried milk end up with you being the weird one? That was great. I didn't predict that at all.
I went off on a tangent, and that's where we ended up. The point being, I don't think you should try milk. Can I go off on a tangent, if y'all don't mind?
Please.
Go ahead.
So this all just happened. As I was getting here 30 minutes early to get here 10 minutes early, I was thinking about that bit they do in Curb Your Enthusiasm where Richard Lewis and Larry always go out to lunch and Richard gets there early. He'll get there to the restaurant like an hour or 2 hours early. And I can't remember if it's to pay the bill or if it's to get the better table, like the better seat at the table. And it might be both at different seasons. But it got me thinking about Richard Lewis. And the first thing I think about when I think about Richard Lewis is how he looks kind of like a human skeleton. And I'm not trying to be rude or mean to Richard Lewis at all. It's just like his face is like, It's just like, it's bony in a weird way. And that got me thinking about how he and Jamie Lee Curtis used to be in a sitcom together that I fucking loved when I was a kid called Anything But Love. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that show or know what I'm talking about.
No clue.
Nope.
Okay. It was on for like 3 or 4 seasons. It was very much like Mad About You. They were like on again, off again, like a romantic thing.
Bam.
I found this. Here's the photo of them. I'm going to put it up in the Slack. Here's a photo of them from the show. The first thing you'll notice is that because it was the early 90s, I think it was like 89 to 93 or something, they have the exact same hairstyle, which is fucking hilarious.
Is this the podcast?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, hey Gavin.
Why'd you start without me? I'm not late.
No, Jeff was there. I showed up 10 minutes early as I usually do, and we figured we'd start.
This is what I'm talking about with the early thing. Now I'm gonna start feeling pressure not to arrive at like 3:50.
It really turned into a whole thing.
Bang on time, and I'm late.
No, you're not late at all.
I am late. You've already started.
No, well, we were just here, so we started, but you're not late. You're on time.
Man.
You're actually early, technically. Weren't you like 2 minutes early?
I was like maybe 90 seconds early, yeah, which is on time.
Yeah, no, you were totally fine.
Not today, it wasn't.
No. What was funny, Gavin, is this kind of backfired in its own way. Is I said over the weekend to Jeff and Eric, we should show up 10 minutes early and start the show 10 minutes early because of the whole conversation last week. Jeff showed up 20 or 30 minutes early because he thought that it was going to be a bit where he was then going to be late to the 10 minutes early version of the show. And I came into Jeff and Eric talking, and I also thought that I had then screwed myself and they had started before I got there because I was 10 minutes early.
When did this actually start?
20 or 30 minutes ago.
We're 20 minutes in.
To the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, damn. Should I even be on it?
No, absolutely.
I've already missed half of it.
Come on in.
No, we're talking about Richard Lewis.
So you see that picture of Richard
God.
Lewis and Jamie Lee Curtis? They have the same haircut, right? Which is hilarious in itself. But that's Richard Lewis that I think about as a kid. And now below that is Richard Lewis today. And my point being, fucking age is unfair.
Dude, I got a horrible tweet the other. Did I tell you about this? So I tweeted about how I found a new dent in my head.
Oh, I saw that.
Because it's like distracting me every time I walk past the mirror. I'm like, why is this dent in my head? And I guess it's new because I keep noticing it. And I expected some funny replies, and a lot of them were funny. They were like, "Oh, you got hit in the head with a moon ball, lol, lol, lol." Have you tried like?
Yeah, I saw somebody said I did it. Probably.
Yeah, have you tried like holding your nose closed and blowing to pop it back out? That kind of thing. That's funny shit. Then this guy wrote, "It's your frontal eminence growing.
Oh, no.
I guarantee if you wait, the hair directly above it along your hairline will begin to die off and hairline recede. Not a joke. Not making fun of you. It's just what's happening. It's natural."
That's no fun.
And that was such a downer, because now I'm going to be looking at my frontal eminence every time I'm feeling old. I don't even know what that is. Is it like head lumps? What is that? That can't be good.
I don't think it's head. Well, yeah, that's an interesting question. Why would the shifting cause baldness?
I feel like that's almost a title. Like when it's like, oh, your Royal Highness. Oh, your frontal eminence.
Yeah, it sounds very cultured.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry about your frontal eminence.
Me too, man.
A carrot muffin is one of my favorite McDonald's items.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Huh.
We have fruit. Like you can get a bag of fruit.
A bag of fruit? What do you mean by a bag of fruit?
Bag of cut up apples and shit.
But is it like in a container, you mean? I've never seen a bag of fruit.
Oh, I mean, a bag is a container.
A container is not a bag.
It contains the fruit. It's like a net is a container. Anything that contains...
No.
It's a container.
There's no way that a container is a bag. Nobody buys Dole bags or like cut up like fruit bags. It's not like when I think of bag, I think of like bag of milk in a bag. Like it's a real bag. Container is not a bag.
So to you, a container has to have no holes and has to be a solid.
It has to have a lid. A bag doesn't have a lid.
It has to have a lid.
I think a container must have a lid.
A Ziploc is a lid.
A Ziploc isn't a lid.
It's a lock. A bag with
It's a seal.
A lock to a bag is a lid to a box.
You just threw a lot of words at me that I don't know how to untangle, and I don't want to trip myself up, but the Ziploc is not a container. That's a seal. That's not a lid.
What are you doing to the contents? What is the purpose?
It's just two different types of storage.
But what is it doing, though? What is the bag doing, Andrew?
They're both protecting the items on the inside, but they're just two different ways to do it. A beanie isn't a fucking hat. Those are two different things that serve the same purpose.
A beanie is a hat.
Yeah.
No, it's not. A beanie is like a beanie is not a hat. Nobody looks at a beanie and says that's a hat.
It's literally a hat.
No, it's not. A hat is a hat.
Andrew, I think you've got a very, very compelling argument here with container versus bag, but you are way off base on the hat thing. You're making bad analogies here.
No.
I think steer back towards, you're doing really well. I'm very entertained. I don't know which side, I don't know which side I land on. Is it a container, or a bag or not? But you're just digging yourself a grave with the beanie hat thing. It's like, that doesn't help.
I disagree. I think a hat is a hat and a beanie is a beanie.
I don't think you need that to prove your point.
What's a top hat?
A top hat is a hat.
What's a bowler?
Bowler is a hat.
What's a fedora?
That's a hat. I think anything with like a brim.
What's a beanie?
A beanie is a beanie.
You're a fool, Andrew. I listed 4 hats. You said 3 of them were hats and then said the other one wasn't. What are you on about?
Because they all have brims. They all have brims where there's like a hard part, there's a structure. A beanie is just like a piece of fabric. It's not a hat.
You don't need a brim to be a hat, though.
I feel like you kind of do.
What about a welder's hat?
Well, that's not a hat. That's protective gear.
Yeah, what about a brimmed beanie? Says Eric.
A brimmed beanie is just confused.
What about a thing called a welder's hat? Oh, the welder's hat's not a hat. It's called a hat, but it's not a hat. It's a hat.
What's a hard hat?
That's a hat.
Why?
Because it's not a beanie.
Seems to me like a beanie is nothing more than a soft hat.
What is a welder's hat? What do you even mean by, like, I looked up welder's hat. I'm not seeing.
I've heard of a welder's mask. Do you protect? I mean, it's mainly a mask. It's not really a hat.
Did you mean mask?
No, dumbass. No, hold on.
Oh, Nick asks, is a fez a hat?
I don't know what
Yes.
What is a fez?
What do you mean you don't know what a fez is? Is a fez?
Oh, no, I know what a fez is. I know the guy from The Mummy had the fez. A fez is a fez. A fez is not a hat.
I don't think I think a hat is clothing for your head. I think that's what a hat is.
That's too broad. I think a hat is a hat and a fez is a fez. I think you know what a hat is.
Okay, well, you might be right, actually. I don't think a turban is a hat.
No, it's definitely not a hat.
I feel like maybe, Eric, we should do a live recording Twitter poll like we sometimes do and see if anyone thinks a bag is a container.
No, don't do it don't word it in container or bag.
How would you like it worded?
I'm trying to fucking explain it, Gavin, and you cut me off in my explanation. Just post the photo and say, what is this? And we'll see what they say.
You want it to just say, what is this?
Yes, I do, because if you say container or bag, some people will be like, oh, everyone's going bag. I'm going to be wacky container guy. I don't want to.
That's not going to tell us anything. That's not going to.
No, it will.
You just want the question to be, what is this?
Yes, I do. Because if you give them A or B, some will just pick container because they want to be goofy and original.
Okay, what if you just say, what is a bag?
No. Well, that's really confusing. Like, are we going deep? Like, what is the spiritual meaning? What is it?
There's nothing spiritual about a bag.
I mean, if you want to get serious about any topic, you could go deep. Like, what is a bag? What does it mean? What is the metaphor of a bag? I'm not expecting you to have an answer. I'm just saying someone would go that way. So I think you just take the photo. I'm even fine if we remove the bag part of the package and ask, what is this?
Wait, hang on. So you want me to post a picture, but remove the bag, which is what we are arguing about, if it's a container or not, and you just want that posted and have it say, what is this?
People will just say apples.
That is a problem. You're right. I'm not going to argue that. But the issue is nobody's going to say container.
Well, they're gonna say bag because it says bag on the fucking.
That's my point. That's why I said you can cover that if you want. I'm fine with that. But nobody would say container unless you assist them with the word container.
What if you post a picture of a bunch of apple slices and you say, how can these be contained?
What?
That's no good.
That's way more complicated. I'll do this right now. I'll post on Twitter. I'll upload a photo of this item. I won't even try to sway people.
You are going to word this in such a lopsided, biased way. It's going to be infuriating.
How is just saying, what is this, infuriating or lopsided?
Because no one's going to write container.
Exactly.
Right, but that's not what you're asking them. If you asked, is a bag a container, we would have some actual information to go off. Some people would say no, some people would say yes. But I'm saying if 100 people reply, there will be several people who say yes.
There will be people, but I don't think anyone actually feels that way. I think people, if you give them the option of container, will pick it because they see everyone else going bag. I don't think those will be real answers. I think if you just post the photo.
So you don't trust the audience?
No, I don't trust people. No, absolutely not. I've witnessed 2 different cults, Jeff. I have zero trust for this bit.
Says a lot about you.
Did you fart on a bike?
Oh my God, I had a good fart.
Should we play that one?
Yeah, play it. Do you have it?
Do you have it? Why would he have it?
I've been prolific with the farting.
He sent me this on Friday. The caption just said, "It smells so bad."
Taco Bell drive-through.
I did it while Emily was ordering, so the Taco Bell dude heard it. I got Millie on her birthday the other day. That was a really good one, too. The idea of labeling these has just changed my life. Oh, here's one. Here's one called Fart Beat.
Isn't her birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, but I don't have her this week, so we celebrated over the weekend. Check this out. It sounded like a heartbeat. If you loop that, that's my heart beating.
We should loop that. We should put up an EKG monitor with.
And then let me find the one that Millie. Oh my God, because she said it was a question fart. Oh, here we go.
Millie's birthday.
Oh my God.
I did it while she was trying to eat cake. Anyway, those are my fart recordings.
I have another point of you writing, which I always think this is really interesting, just seeing how our brains work differently for labeling.
Okay.
So we upload our audio into a drive folder, and none of us do it the same way exactly. There's always a slight difference. Like I label mine Drew FF18. Gavin writes his FF18 Gav. Eric writes kFace 18 Eric. Jeff, no spaces at all. And I'm also just curious about the naming of this one. kFace 16, you're 2 episodes off. You're 2 episodes in the past. Then you write Jeff, and then it's haha. kFace 16 Jeff, haha. Were you trying to write a message to somebody else or react to something?
I don't know, dude. I write whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I know. Also, by the way, I just realized we never started. Welcome to Face Podcast, episode 16.
You didn't even do an intro?
My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me is Gavin Free and Andrew Panton.
What the damn?
You're joining us about 90% of the way through it, but this is the 16th episode of our podcast.
How are they joining us now? What's going to make them be like, oh, I can sense that the intro is 50 minutes in.
We really don't need an intro.
Well, we didn't get one this week. We faced our intro by bunny hopping who could get here the earliest. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
You got to say that you still haven't said any of the outro.
Yeah.
Why's it got to be me? Why don't you say it?
Because you're the host.
Because you're the one who gets paid for making this.
I don't get paid for making this any more than you guys do.
Are we done with the show?
I do it just to hang out with you guys. I don't make any money off this.
Are we done?
Did Eric leave?
Like and subscribe. 5 stars.
They left. They've got a separate ending one.
Are you serious? What is going on?
Should we go in there? End show chat. Is this from last week?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Is it done now?
Hey, we followed you guys over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
So, what? Yeah,
No,
is
it's over.
This the post
That's
show?
the end of the show.
No, this is the end.
Well, you gotta play us out.
Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe. Tell everyone about kFace. Let us know. Follow us on Instagram at kFacePod. Bye.
I can't believe we had to chase that guy down just to get the end of the show.
Jesus Christ.
Andrew's not in here anymore.
Oh, he's back up. Hey, you still over here?
Okay. All right. All right, everyone, end your recordings. We're done.
Now that Boston has left the NBA playoffs and they cease to exist until the new season starts in January or whenever, I realized I can't talk to Andrew anymore.
Because you disagree?
Well, no, we're going to have to go back to no communication. I texted him last night, and I had something I wanted to say to him, and I couldn't remember what it was. And I texted him, and I was like, hey, dude, you around? And then I checked back like 10 minutes later, and I had forgotten what I was going to say. And I was like, never mind. I can't remember what I was going to say. And then he was like, is this a bit? Are you doing a bit? And I was like, I don't think so. I can't remember what I was going to say. So I guess it could have been a bit, but I'm certainly not doing a bit now, but he wouldn't believe me. And then I was confused as to whether he was doing a bit. And now it's just like, I just got to wash my hands of the whole thing.
Wait, are you saying that in order to start a text conversation with someone, you don't just type the thing, you say, hello, or like, are you there first?
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't do. He meant it was something specific to the show, which then made me suspicious later. It was, I don't remember what the exact wording was, but it was a question in regards to today.
Well, all right, I'm just going to pull it up because
I think it was like, you ready for tomorrow or something. And I didn't, I was like, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. I texted him. I said, hey, are you ready to record tomorrow? And he said, of course. It's my favorite part of the week. I love you. You're my favorite person on earth. Please don't tell Gavin.
Some of that is true.
While I'm not myself attracted to men, I do find you very attractive, which I thought was a strange thing for him to say. But I was like, cool, man, appreciate it. I think you're great too. And he said, no, I mean it. I really mean it. You're sexy. And I said, yeah. And then I said, anyway, sorry, I forgot what I asked you. And I was like, that's lame. I asked you, I hit you up like 90 seconds ago to ask you a question. I can't believe I forgot already. And then he lost his mind.
I don't think I lost my mind. I brought up a level of concern. It's very odd to forget something 90 seconds later that is so specific. Like you had no clue, or you appeared to at least have no clue, which makes no sense.
I really don't. I'm 45, dude. My brain years are behind me. Although, I will say I'm pretty jazzed about my idea to make little baseball bats that say face on them.
That's a bad idea.
It's the best idea ever.
Why? Why would we do that?
The cute little baseball bats that you get at the game, and then on the bottom they say face instead of with our logo.
Do you realize that this isn't actually a baseball podcast?
Yeah, but it's called face because of a Billy Ripken face baseball bat.
It's maybe like 1% baseball. It's 99% not baseball.
Yeah, but that's a great gift.
Yeah, you want to sell baseball cards, baseballs, baseball bats, a jersey.
I don't care about a jersey. Who said jersey?
I don't know. I'm just adding.
Listen, if you want to sell a jersey, I think it's a great idea. We'll sell a jersey, Gavin. I think little tiny baseball bats with the face logo on the bottom where Billy Ripken wrote face would be a delight. We make 100 of them. We'll sell them. It'll become a great thing. I think Andrew's afraid people are going to beat him to death with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never seen someone pitch something so excitedly that would arm the audience. It just seems like a terrible idea. I don't know why we'd do it. What's the coolest thing you've done?
When I was 27, I was about 26 or 27. I started a global phenomenon new media production company.
That's pretty cool. When I was like 7, I won a bunch of tickets in an arcade, and I like got banned from the arcade. It was great.
Wow, really? You won them legitimately?
Oh yeah, like, well, sort of. They had this one machine where you'd like put the token, and it would go down a ramp, and depending on where it landed on the ramp, you'd get a certain number of tickets. And I realized if you tilted it a certain way, you would always get 150 tickets. So that's all I did. I just killed them on this ramp game. And then they had this claw machine where you could like go in and pick up these massive like stacks of tickets. Nobody had ever won it before. I'm the first person to have ever won anything from that machine. And they didn't know what to do with me. I got like an alarm clock. I got 6 board games. I cleaned them out.
That's awesome.
I may have told this on the Rooster Teeth podcast years ago, but I think the coolest thing I've ever done still to this day, I was about 16 or something. I was in Tenerife, one of the Canary Islands, and a bunch of sort of holiday friends and I were all together. And I was just kind of sat on a rock, and a few of them were trying to throw a stone into this tiny hole, like way up on the side of the cliff. We were like down on a beach, and there was like a hole in the cliff up above. And they were honestly trying to throw a stone into this hole for about maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And people were like winging the side, no one was really close. And there was this plastic chair that someone had smashed to pieces. And I just strolled up after like almost 3 hours and been like, oh, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to throw a stone in this and be done with it. I put a stone like in the plastic leg of the chair, like in the channel. And I did like a 360 spin and did like a high whip with this stone, and it shot hundreds of feet straight into this hole. And to this day, I don't think I've ever been so impressive.
I think the moral of the story is Gavin and I are way cooler.
No, totally. I was kidding about the Rooster Teeth thing. Rooster Teeth's one of the nerdier things I've ever done.
Also, you didn't really just stroll up and start Rooster Teeth. It was like more of a years-long process. It'd be funny if you could stand in front of a girl and be like, watch this, and then you start a company.
It's like in Animal Crossing when you go to the DIY bench, like here's 400 employee company. I think I told this story on an RT podcast years ago, but when I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, I was maybe 10. All the kids in the summer would meet at this one kid's house, and we would all go ride bikes or throw rocks at each other or whatever.
They're two kind of different things there.
Yeah, well, you didn't grow up in Florida in the 80s. One day I went over and all the kids were already there, and we had this huge like 6, maybe 7 foot tall quarter pipe that one of the kids' older brothers made. And they would like, it was too big for us to skateboard on because we were fucking shitty. Or too big to drop in on. We would skateboard on it, but not drop in on it. Anyway, all the kids were standing around and on their bikes. And I go, hey, what are you guys doing? And they go, oh, we all just jumped this ramp. And I went, on what? And they're like, on our bikes. And I was like, but it's got like a foot of vert. How did you do it? And they're like, we went down the end of the street and got going really fast and did it. And I was like, wow, sorry I missed that. And they're like, yeah, you really did miss it. It was really cool and we're all really cool and you're a pussy if you don't do it. And I was like, use the parlance of the 80s. And I go, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, every one of us. They're like, even fucking that kid did it. I don't even remember who that kid was, but and I was like, oh. And they're like, yeah, you're like basically you can't hang out with us if you don't do it. You're like, because we're all in the club now, and you're not cool unless you do it.
Did you pull an Andrew and you're like, I did it. I already did it.
No, I was like, fucking feeling the vice grip of peer pressure, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. How far back should I go on my bike? And they're like, it takes a lot. Go down the end of the street. So I went all the way down to the end of the street, which was, by the way, my house. My house was at the end of the street. And I turned around and I rode my bike and I thought, this is not a good idea, but what choice do I have? I won't have any friends if I don't do this. Like the whole neighborhood did it. I'll be the only kid in the neighborhood who didn't jump the ramp.
The sweet old lady next door, she's already done it.
Yeah, she's already done it. Yeah. And so I got on my little BMX and I pedaled my ass off and I went as far as I could at this thing. And I'll be honest with you, I closed my eyes and I hit the ramp and my eyes squeezed it entirely like super shut. And I hit this like 7 foot tall quarter pipe. And I felt the sensation of being in the air and my stomach dropping. And then I heard, kabam, kabam. And I opened my eyes and there was nothing but smoke and white around me. And I swear to God, I thought, oh no, I died. Now I'm in heaven. Because I just saw white clouds and all I could see was white clouds. And for like 4 seconds, I was like, I'm dead. The ramp killed me and I'm in heaven. And I'm looking around like, what the fuck? I'm dead. I'm in, like, is this purgatory? Like, where do I go? And the smoke cleared away. And I realized what happened was I launched so high and so far into the air and I came up, I leveled out and then I came straight down 7 feet, popped both of my tires, which created
both of them.
Both front and back tire just exploded. There was tons of like just fucking debris and smoke, I guess, from that. I don't know. And like dust from it being Florida. And I just assumed that I had died because my eyes were closed and I didn't see what happened. And all the kids had their fucking jaws open. And I was like, am I alive?
The coolest thing to say.
And they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? And they're like, I can't believe you did it. And I'm like, well, of course I did it. You guys did it. I didn't have a choice. And they're like, no. We were all too scared to do it. Nobody would do it. We just thought we could trick you into doing it. And I was like, oh. And then for that summer, I was the coolest kid on the street.
I have a thing to talk about. I forgot about this.
Okay.
I was wrong. I need to admit I was wrong about something.
Oh, God.
We had our big fruit bag conversation yesterday. Or not yesterday, last episode. Jesus, not yesterday.
Fruit bag?
We had an argument about is it a container, is it not a container? And I tweeted it out and I said there's zero chance a single person calls this a container. And someone did. You were right. I was wrong.
Gav.
What do we do?
Wait.
Andrew, what do you think's happened here?
I don't know. This is alarming, though. I don't like this. What happened?
Tell him, Jeff.
Well, it's possible that we posted the image on the Instagram account, and in the comments, Gavin might have, with some leading comments, encouraged people to put those words together.
Didn't you as well?
It's possible I did as well, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. It's possible I did it first.
Let me find the post while you tell it.
So now I can't confirm that they got the word container in their head because it's once again possible I said fruit container, and it's possible Gavin said container. We don't know for sure that person read that and then transpose that over to you. But, the timeline adds up pretty well.
So the image was posted. Jeff immediately commented. It was probably like the second comment. Looks like some sort of fruit container to me. I was like the fifth comment. And I wrote, well, it's containing the fruit container. And then I think that has then spread onto Twitter. And then you screenshotted the Twitter thing and you were like, well, I'll be damned.
I will say, I did press this person on why they said container, and if they got it from you two, they did not break.
Wow. I'm impressed.
That's great. I texted you guys a picture today from the book I'm reading, the new Robert Galbraith book.
Oh, I changed my number, so I didn't see that.
Why?
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I changed my number. I don't know where that went.
Why didn't you tell us?
I probably should have.
So you've got multiple numbers, multiple Slacks, multiple emails. How do we ever know if you're seeing anything we write?
I only have like one real phone number. I changed it recently. And,
So the number I text you all the time isn't you anymore?
Oh, no. No. You've been texting
Andrew.
me?
Does that mean you missed the last couple of farts as well?
What farts?
Oh, I'm trying to find out. I'm scrolling back to see when was the last time Andrew responded from this number.
Oh, no.
It's been a little bit.
You've done it again.
Well, I didn't, I thought about yesterday, should I text them that I changed my number? And I said, yes. Much like the intro, I was like, yeah, it's a good idea. And then I just kept on moving.
I was thinking the other day, Andrew is the person I've known the longest, but in a ratio I know the least about. I know absolutely nothing about your day-to-day, your living situation. I don't know anything. I know that you sit next to a fire extinguisher once a week. That's about it for like how you live.
Still in a blanket for it.
Everything else is a mystery to me.
I assume you live like Jimmy Stewart in Rear Window. You just sit in a chair with a tartan blanket around you next to a fire extinguisher and look out the window hoping to catch homeless women peeing.
Do you think, Andrew, a good gift would be a telescope so that you could see the pee closer?
No.
Yeah, like
no,
binoculars.
I don't do that. I'm good.
Dude, Jimmy Stewart was a badass. There are worse people to be compared to.
I'm not. My complaint wasn't with being compared to Jimmy Stewart. My issue was with, once again, the continued narrative that I have an obsession of watching homeless women pee, and that I need a telescope for it. I was not arguing the Jimmy Stewart point, Jeff.
Oh, you don't need the telescope?
I don't do it, so I don't need a telescope for anything. I'm not really into looking into the sky.
I can't believe you're turning down a free telescope here. It's a cool piece of kit. They're expensive.
Yeah. Think of all the fun stuff you could do with them.
What would be the fun stuff I could do with them, Jeff?
You could probably figure out a way to burn ants from your bedroom.
That's cool.
Wait, how?
I don't know, like with refraction, right?
So wait, the telescope that's in his apartment, you think the sun is in there with him and he can focus?
He's got a window, Gavin. He can hang it out the window, put it on a pole, attach the pole to a C-clamp. Dude, the guy, he lives in a pillow fort supported by, I assume, sofa cushions and a fire extinguisher.
That's just pretty convoluted. He'd be better off throwing a Molotov cocktail out the window if he wanted to burn an ant.
This seems very extreme.
He's like a little, he's like a Bourne Identity, but he's also a little bit like a MacGyver if you think about it.
Wait, could you use a telescope to do that even? Like, logistically, would that work? That feels very extreme.
I don't see why not.
It'd be like calling in a hammer at dawn against an ant. Like the amount, normally it's the magnifying glass.
Yeah, I mean, the sun is still much bigger than an ant, though. Like, no matter what you use in between.
No, but I feel like it's more powerful with the magnifying, or the telescope than it would be the magnifying glass. Am I wrong about that?
No, I mean, if it's focused to a point, say, of like 2 millimeters, it doesn't really matter what lens that you do that with. It's just that's the point. Like, that's all the focus in that point. You could do like 9 lenses or 1. If it's the same, like, surface area, surely it's the same power, unless you're losing, if it's like refracting and losing within the lens.
Wait, so the number of lenses wouldn't matter?
I mean, I would say you're possibly going to lose more light if it goes through more pieces of glass.
That makes sense.
I mean, like a photography lens, if it's a long lens, usually has a higher f-stop because of... Who cares?
In my head, it makes more sense that a telescope would be more powerful than a magnifying glass.
You might be right. I'm just guessing. I've just noticed it's 4:55, right? I have to do another show at 5. So if we start the outro process 5 minutes from when I need to be gone, we should be done in time.
Do you think we'll find a new color in our lifetime?
Okay, well...
What does that mean?
That's not the right direction.
Like invent a color? Let me ask you this. Do you believe in Mandela effects? Because I really want to, but now I'm convinced after I spent a lot of time on the subreddit that 99% of Mandela effects, people just don't understand that movies are edited for TV.
That's a great point. I actually never thought about that angle. Some of them, though, aren't movie related.
Hey, we should probably stop, though.
Yeah!
Before I look any dumber or Gavin's late. Thanks for listening.
What about, like, Pello? It's like a purple and a yellow.
Shh.
All right. Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe, whatever that means. This has been episode 16 of kFace. Thank you for listening. And Nick, go ahead and cut out anything where I look dumb or not super smart. Cut out the whole Mandela effect thing because I look dumb in it. Or at least the part where I talk about Dumb and Dumber. I'm misremembering. There's something in the trailer of Dumb and Dumber that's not in the film.
There's something in the trailer of Liar Liar that's not in the film. Also involving plane stairs.
Maybe that's what I'm misremembering.
You ever see the Slender Man movie?
No, I heard it was bad.
There's a lot of stuff in the trailer that's just not in the movie.
Nick and Eric haven't figured out that they need to drag us out and not move themselves into end show.
Gavin, you're about to officially be late.
Well, now we're just all in here. That doesn't work.
Then the show's over. Goodbye. I have to go to a meeting. Goodbye.
All right.
Oh, he left. All right, so.